Okay. Let me see. All right. We are going to have this conversation today because I think this conversation is long due.
Due.
Due. Okay, okay. Good morning, good afternoon to everyone in the building. I'm just going to wait a little bit for people to come on in so we can have this conversation. Okay, I will just be doing my dishes. Okay, I will be doing my chores and we will be talking. So I will just wait for people to come in and join us. Okay, let me get something. Okay. All right. So we are going to have a nice conversation today, okay? Because all right. So we are going. It is very important that we discuss this. Okay. Walking Purpose. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing? How are you? Good morning to you too. How are you doing today? Just here doing some house chores and discussing at the same time. Really want to talk about this whole blue jacket thing on Whitey. Oh, good. Good to know you're good. 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 Hello, hello, hello. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for joining. It's something I noticed on Whitey's. I just like, let me come on in and talk about it. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but that was not really what I was centered on. We're just discussing about so many things on Whitey. So then it was towards the evening, I visited another stream, and then I noticed exactly the same thing I was talking about was happening on two different people that were streaming in the evening, in the night actually. And then I was telling one of them, I was like, this is what I was talking about, this new growing people on Whitey. The way people take this whole being a moderator on Whitey, and I just think people are taking it to another level, and most of these people that are acting out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for the share. Thank you. God bless you. I'm grateful. So I really feel like most people that always go to people's live stream and then they start talking about this whole moderator thing, asking for jackets, blah, blah, blah. And most times you notice that when you give people jackets, the first thing they do is just to go drop their links and all that. And I'm thinking, is it that people think that getting blue jacket on people's channel is just for dropping your link instead of helping that person that gave you blue jacket to moderate the person's stream? And sometimes you will see that people are coming in saying weird things to the host, and the host has many moderators there in the chat, and they're just busy connecting, telling this one, grab me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you, ma'am. So they just keep saying, grab me, I will return. And I'm thinking, okay, at the same time, you can be rolling, but if you're a moderator on someone's channel, you should know that you have a job to do. You have to make sure that everything is going right in the comment section down there. And I feel like so many people do not know about this. They just feel like, okay, I want to have a blue jacket because that distinguished me from the rest of the people in the chat. So I was like, let me just come on in here and talk about it. And people really need to know what the work of the moderator on Whitey is. Like yesterday, yes. Okay, I see. Like yesterday, someone was so upset that she actually asked the host for a blue jacket. She was not giving, and then she was upset. Like, I'm not your friend, that's why you're not giving me blue jacket. And this other person just dropped the person's link. Why can't I drop my own link? Why are you not giving me blue jacket? And then the host was almost getting upset, you know. And I was waiting to see what, you know, like the people that she had on her channel as moderators. I really wanted to see what moderators on that channel would do. And nobody said anything. The only thing people were saying is, watch what's going on. What's going on? Of course, when you're on a stream, you can see all the comments that are coming in, just as the host can see. So asking the host what is going on was just funny. And I was like, people ask for okay. Monica Ma said, no, it's not to stop your own link. No, it's not. No, it's not stopping link. I said, I was saying, when they make you a moderator on someone's channel, the first thing is not to post your own link so people can connect with you. That's not the first thing that you should be thinking of as a moderator, you know. But I think so many people these days, that is what they have in mind. That is why you see people, they go to other people's channel and they start asking the person to give them blue jackets, you know. Give me blue jacket host, give me blue jacket host, you know. And I'm like, first of all, you're not supposed to go and ask someone to give you blue jackets. The owner of the channel knows how they want their channel to look. They know the kind of people that always that they want to give, they want to make moderator on their channel. Okay, they have the idea of the kind of people they want to. And then thirdly, they know the type of people that are active on their channel. And most times people give people that are very active on their channel, people that come back to watch their videos, you know, leave them good comments. If they are streaming live, you have to, these people always show up to support. Those are the type of people that they give moderator. They just don't give someone that shows once in a green moon or once in a blue moon. Okay, Monica Miles, the moderator is supposed to watch the chat. Exactly. Exactly. But most times when you go on all these rolling LS, where you have all of us, the growing YouTubers, you notice that what people are doing, immediately you give them make them a moderator, they just start dropping their link. And then sometimes some people will come on that stream. This is something that I have noticed, that, you know, looking at so many people's stream for a long time, someone that maybe the host of that stream knows, and the person's like, I'm busy, please host, tell people to, you know, connect with me. I will return back to them, you know, either the next day or when I'm done with what I'm doing. And then you hear the host saying, please, somebody drop that person's link. People will not quickly go to that person's channel and drop the person's link and try to, you know, help the host to do that. Instead, people are interested in just rolling, telling people to connect with them. And I was like, so why are you even a moderator if you're not going to help the host? The host made you a moderator so you can help. In fact, where you know, like, to have helping hands, because you really cannot do it all by yourself. It's difficult. Yeah, so let me see. Okay, so moderator is supposed to watch the chat and you greet those coming in on the, as you just, oh man, you just nailed it. Exactly what I'm talking about. They won't even bother to say hello to the people that are coming in. And even when some people come into the chat, they come in with hello host and everyone and things like that. Moderators won't even bother to even say hello back to that person, except they want to roll with that person. Then they will say hello to the person and tell the person, you know, visit me or grab me, or I'm going to your house. And I'm thinking, this person came in first. The person said hello. You didn't bother to say hello to the person. The first thing you're saying is, grab me, I will visit you back. Like, is that supposed to be the only job that you're required to do on this, on the person's channel, that they made you a moderator? Okay, let me keep reading. Monica Ma said, I don't let persons drop link unless they ask me, right? I just feel like it's rude for you to just go into some, that, first of all, that's someone else's channel. It's not your channel, so you're not allowed to do whatever you like or whatever pleases you. Because at the end of the day, if they will do that to you, you might not like it also. So yes, before you drop your link, you're supposed to ask the host. And most times, people that have moderators, they know their moderators that are very active on their channel. And those are the type of people that they will always tell to drop their links, not just anyone, or those moderators that will only show up on days that they know that they can grab a whole lot of bananas, you know. So I was like, people should take it easy. And this that someone is getting upset, telling the host, why is it that you gave this person blue jacket? I'm like the only odd one here. Everybody is showing blue. And I replied, I said, these people you see, they're people that I've known for so many, for a long time. We've been on white together on this journey. I just don't give my jacket just like that. Okay, thank you very much. I'll be back. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. The word should be dropped. Yes. Thank you very much for being here. I'm grateful. So I really don't think that it is fair that people just feel like, okay, just because I'm on your stream today, I want a blue jacket. And when you don't give them, they start antagonizing you because you didn't give blue jacket. If you ask them what is the meaning of blue jackets, they will tell you it's for them to drop their links. Hello, Christy Agnes. Hello. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. We're just having a discussion here about growing YouTubers. As some people get offended when you call them small YouTubers, so I will just be using the word growing YouTubers. How are you doing? You here? Oh wow! Yeah, I was looking at your name. I was like, I don't think I've seen you here before. Okay, so grab me. I will also return to you if you're a content creator. Let's all grow. We're just discussing about new content creators and how they take this whole blue jacket thing. If you're a content creator, then you know what I'm talking about. How they take this blue jacket thing too serious, and some of them are willing to go ahead and almost cuss you out, give you thumbs down when you don't give them blue jacket to make them a moderator on your channel. And I'm saying most of these people, they really want that blue jacket because they want to drop their link in your live stream so people can go subscribe to their channel, not necessarily because they want to help you. Okay, because after all, the job of a moderator is to help that content creator moderate the person's chat when the person is live and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me read comments. Okay, say how are you? New here. Working purpose, Monica Miles, how are you? Okay. Working purpose just left. She said she will be back. Okay, so yes, I'm a growing creator. Okay, that's great. So yes, let's be rolling and be gisting about the problems that we face as growing YouTubers. Today, I really want to talk about the moderator thing because I noticed that so many people are really taking the whole thing out of hands, and they go to people's stream, and at the end of the day, they upset the person. And I'm just thinking it's not by force. You cannot go to someone's stream and just ask for blue jacket just like that. People say, give me blue jacket, give me this. No, you're not supposed to ask for blue jacket. It is not your right, okay? Because that's not your channel. It's someone else's channel. So the person has to decide on who to give blue jacket. And another thing that I see that people don't really take into consideration, I'm cleaning up and I'm just talking while I do my house chores. I also want to just be discussing here with all of us so we can grow. I think it's just a smart thing to do that when you're a content creator, try to understand what you're doing on that platform and what the rules are on that platform, because I feel like so many new YouTubers do not take their time to go read and try to understand these things. When you're made a moderator, some people just want to be made moderators. So if someone say anything to them that they don't really like, they're just going to, time the person out, hide the person's comments, delete, block, just any of those kind of things. Okay. people that they don't like, they will use that opportunity to try to, do whatever they want to do because that power has been given to them as a moderator. And on the other hand, people just want to drop links and links and links and links. All they're thinking about is themselves. They're not really thinking about the person that gave them the blue jacket. Because first of all, if someone gives you blue jacket, that means the person wants you to help moderate the person's chat and things like that when the person is streaming. Comments and watch the person's back. And I was talking about two people yesterday. I was on their stream and I noticed how some people were coming in with very weird questions and weird things, but I did not notice any of the moderators saying anything to those people, like the host had to do everything, and then they were asking her what's going on, like, do you know this person or what? I'm thinking, as a moderator, shouldn't you be there watching out for that person? Hello, elegant. Hello, sweet elegant. How are you? Elegant Nowoski, as I always call you. How are you doing? Say hi, host. How are you doing? How are you? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing great. Thank you for coming in. I just want to talk about I'm here doing my chores and discussing about small YouTubers and how they, okay, elegant, say I'm blessed. And I want to talk about how they take this, their give me blue jacket, all too serious, So don't touch them, don't touch them. Yeah, so that's the conversation that we are having here today. Please feel free to drop your own opinion, what you think. If you disagree with me, drop your comment, okay? This is an open conversation. It's something that I feel like we growing YouTubers, we need to talk about, because I don't think anyone has the right to go on someone's channel and bully the person and make the person feel bad by telling the person, like I was saying yesterday, I was on someone's stream and someone just keep insisting. I think the person started with give me blue jacket, give me blue jacket. I don't know, the host didn't say anything, and then it was like, host, you don't want to give me blue jackets, but everybody here has blue jackets. I'm like the odd one here. Is it because I'm not your friend? That's why you're not giving me blue jackets. And I want to drop my link, like, and then she mentioned the name of someone in the chat that dropped the person's link. Okay, yes, I was there. Oh, you saw it also, right? And I on that chat, I really didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to watch out and see how it's going to play out, because I have actually been talking, elegant, you were on my stream, and I talked a little bit about moderators and how they how people are asking for blue jacket, and I was like, that's not right. People shouldn't be doing that. So I really wanted to just watch that and see how it's going to play out, so I will have more points when I come on YT to talk about this. Exactly. And if you notice that the people there, including the ones that were dropping their links because they were moderators, none of them took the time to explain to that person that was actually, giving the host both, like, host, everybody has blue jacket. I'm the only one that doesn't have blue jacket and look odd here. Is it because I'm not your friend? Nobody bothered to explain. Everybody was just rolling, grabbing banana. Okay, yes. We're all growing. We all want to get there, one way or the other. But I think some people are overdoing it. This grabbing banana thing is really getting into people's head. And people, I don't know, sometimes I feel like people feel like if they get monetized, that's everything. You could be monetized and you might not be making much money as far as your video is not getting so much views, and people don't really understand that, and everybody just wants to get monetized on YT so they can start collecting coin from YT, but they still don't understand that so many people that are monetized that are not getting so much view, they are still not collecting, good coin from YT. So that's why everybody's just grabbing banana. And I was like, I feel like it's wrong for people to ask. Then there was another stream that I went to yesterday, and the same thing too about this whole moderator thing. Ask for blue jacket, ask for blue jacket, give me blue jacket, give me blue jacket. I was like, every time people ask for blue jacket, one thing you will always hear them say, I want to drop my link. I was like, do people really understand the full meaning of blue jacket? First of all, you cannot just be new on someone's channel and you're asking the person for a blue jacket and you're comparing yourself to other people that always show up to the person's stream, other people that the person knows. And I was in other house where I see two persons with the same name. One was asking for blue jacket and he's saying that is not me host. Can you imagine? Can you imagine two persons with same? It's just weird how some people just behave. It's extremely strange how some people behave. How can you be asking for blue jacket when already your account looks like it's not even real? But you're looking for blue jacket so you can mess up that person's live stream anytime you want. Whitey, there's just so much character. And I always wonder, like, what is giving people the mind to just someone that you do not know, just because you met the person on this Whitey street and the person is streaming and you've been seeing the person streaming, and now you feel like you know the person so much that you can just be so bold to like give me blue jacket host. People will only give blue jacket. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. Like, people will only give blue jacket if they always see you on their stream. They know you somehow, and they know that you're someone that you're always supportive. You always show up, so at least you're covered. You know that whenever you're going live, there's a possibility that that person will show up and help you moderate your chat while you're streaming. But the fact that people just want to drop their links and grab bananas, that's the reason why they're asking. It's just beyond me. It's beyond me. I just cannot understand what's going on. It's just weird. I'm trying to see. Okay, I'm dropping the link so you can come in and just let's talk, because I really want us to just have this discussion, because some people are new on YT, they really do not understand what it takes to be a moderator on someone's channel. They don't know that it's actually a job. It is not just for fun. It's actually a job. Oh God, as in this story that you just said, it's even funnier than the one that I saw yesterday, as in at Elegant. Can you imagine? First of all, you come in with two different faces, and then you're going to ask the person to give you blue jacket, and you expect the person to give you blue jacket as what? As a stupid person. Some people are so funny on this white. And I always think that when you're doing something that you're new at it, you're just starting out, you will be at the end of I want to know what this app is about. I want to know what are the rules. I want to know the do's and don'ts, so on and so forth. But to think that some people just think that after creating their channel, the next thing is to go to other people's channel and start asking for blue jackets. It's just crazy. It's beyond me. Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, host. Thank you so much. Learning with my kids. How are you doing? Learning with my kids. How are you doing today? How are you? I hope you're good. How are you? We're in here today discussing this whole moderator saga among okay, Lenin is saying greetings to elegance. We're just in here discussing the moderator saga and how some new growing small YouTubers, okay, I call all of us small YouTubers, though some people get offended, but last, we're all growing, we're all still small as a channel. So there's no need to be offended. I feel like the more we talk about it, the more people will actually understand what being a moderator is, and they will stop stressing people out on their channel about giving them blue jacket and asking for blue jackets. Yeah, Elegant said, and the person who asked for the blue jacket starts to tell the host she is evil. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You go on someone's channel to go and ask for something because they didn't give you, the person is now evil. The person gets insult. Lenny with my kids said, host, are you cooking okra soup? No, I'm not cooking. Lenny, I'm not cooking. I'm just I'm doing dishes and cleaning up and arranging my kitchen. That's just what I'm doing, Lenny. And I said, while I do this, let me come on here and discuss and talk about this, because I always talk about this moderator thing. I talked about it a little bit on Nessa Growth when she was live, and then this topic came up. We also talked about it, but it was not like a full topic. We just were talking about something else, and then this topic came up. And I had also talked about it twice on my live stream too. And even yesterday morning, when I was streaming, we were just discussing about everything: health, fitness, wellness, general life. We were just talking, And then this same topic came up. When I finished streaming in the night, I decided to go watch other content creators, go support their stream also. And me, one thing I love doing when I go to people's live stream, when I visit people's channel, it's not about going to roll. I just go there, listen to what you're talking about, know what the topic is about, and I just join the conversation. So it will be fun, and that's one thing. Most people just like to go, let's roll, and they think everything starts and ends with let's roll, let us roll. Last night, at the end of the day, all this give me, I give you, give me, I give you, gets to a point where they don't even show up to watch you, and they're just there for nothing, They're just like a painting on the wall that doesn't move. You understand? So me, I prefer to just go to people's channel. If you're streaming, I would try to know what the conversation is about. I would join the conversation just so you don't get bored sitting down there while people are rolling and nobody's talking to you, It's kind of boring, We have to encourage each other. So that's what I do most times. So yeah, okay, let me just read. Okay, so I can't try that though, asking for blue jackets. Right? Learning, to me, I feel like it's rude. Even when I said it, someone was like, I don't think so. You're just asking for. And I was like, did you think of what the host would think your motive is for asking? Because, first of all, if someone is giving you exactly, okay, Elegant said, yes, host, I love to learn when I get live. Exactly. People just go to live stream and they just go there to roll. I'm not saying there's anything wrong in rolling. You can tell someone, grab me, or I grab you, or something, but still join the conversation. Be useful, because you might have information that other people do not have, and you can share it there, and you people just discuss about it. Or the host might be talking about something that is really important, but the host might not be as vast on that topic as you are. So now you joining that conversation brings you're going to shed more light and bring more points that the host wasn't even thinking about. That's how I see things, you know. Nobody knows it all. We all have something to contribute. So when we go to stream, it's good that we just join the conversation, contribute the way we can, and at the same time we keep rolling as we're all growing, right? That's what I think. But when people go to people's stream and they insult them, I'm like, do you even understand the meaning of being a moderator on someone's channel? It is a job. It's not a fancy thing. It is a job. When you're a moderator on someone's channel, you have to make sure you show up as much as possible when that person is going live. You have to make sure that you are available to help that person moderate the person's chats and things like that. It's not all about coming to drop links. Okay, Sweet Elegance says, yes, I love, okay, learning on stream, yes. Said, host, you're right, but we have to be connected to each other. Yes, I'm not learning, yes, we have to be connected. We have to roll, we have to keep connecting, but at the same time, how many of all these people that connect with us always show up when we're streaming like this? Okay, now I'm streaming. How many people do I have here? How many numbers do I have? Don't I have over 1K people? But how many people shows up to my live stream? That's the thing. Very few, a handful. And the names, I know the names of people that show up to my live stream. And then you can imagine that you're someone that maybe you've not showed up to my live stream ever. You manage to show up one day and the first thing that's coming out from your mouth is, give me blue jacket. How? Why will I leave people that always come to my stream to give you that I do not know? I will first of all give people that show up like this to my stream and engage in the conversation. Because me personally, if you're someone that you're not engaging, I still will not, because I like to know that this person, from when you hear from what someone says, you can actually analyze and know if that person is someone that you want to make a moderator on your channel. But if someone just comes to the channel and the person is rolling and rolling and rolling, everything is grabbing banana, what if that person has very bad character? What if that person has so many enemies on Whitey? Or that person has made so many enemies on Whitey? You make that person moderator. That person will come and start timing everybody out from your stream because they have problem with that, with those people that you don't have problem with. Because you've made them a moderator, now they will come to use that position to punish other people. So far, yes, learning, it is good that we connect with each other, but this whole connecting that we're doing, most people are not even showing up to support us, you know. Elegant say, yes, host. Exactly. Most people are not showing up to support us. So at the end of the day, what is that? What is that connection that we will upload video? And that brings me to another topic that I was talking about on Nessa Growth too. That brings me to when I say a lot of people talk about this whole connecting thing. I always tell people connect, but one of the most important things that they will do, they will hit the red subscribe button when they get to your channel, but they will not turn on the notification bell. Now tell me, if you don't turn on the notification bell, how are you going to know when the person uploads? You're only going to find out when you are on Whitey, like when you come to Whitey to check your channel, or you just want to go on Whitey to watch your favorite big YouTubers, then you notice that one small YouTuber that you're subscribed to upload a video, then you watch the person. But now, if you don't go on Whitey, then you're not going to find out, right? Let me drink what I've been talking. Elegant said, yes, you're right. Exactly. I'm coming. Let me replace the water in the fridge. So if you do not if you do not hit on the notification bell when you roll with people, when you, as we're connecting with each other, what is the thing that you've done? You've really not done anything, because the most important thing on what will help us grow as small YouTubers, I think this should even be another topic, but I will talk about it here, but I still can title it in my next stream and talk about it. I really didn't want to talk about all these type of things, but when I keep explaining things, people like, just say these things, just make them as a video, just stream it or something. Okay, so let people just know about it. So if you connect to someone and you do not turn on the notification bell, how are you going to know when the person uploads video? You're not going to know. So that person is not really getting anything, and the person will not grow on Whitey. That's why most of us were rolling, our banana is increasing, but we're all like, oh, when will Whitey suggest my video? When will the algorithm pick my content and push it out there? Why will it pick your thing when the most important thing that Whitey wants, your audience retention, is 0, and your click-through rate is not great also? What are you doing? My little one, she's here. So why would Whitey push your content? So at the end of the day, we're rolling, but we're still not helping ourselves. Okay, because I see that for me, if I'm rolling with you, then be rest assured that the bell is turned on. If you're not seeing me, it's because I have other things I'm doing. I've not had time to sit and go back and check everybody's content. But all the notification, I get them. My phone, people like, it's full. I don't want to hear all this notification. Don't make excuses. You decided to roll. When you decided to roll with people, know that you're supposed to get their notification. So turn on the notification bell and don't make excuses. And this excuse that people give, watch my video so it will be easy for me to find you in the comment section. Excuse me, why don't you watch first so the person can find you in the person's comment section and go to your house? So there are so many things that growing YouTubers, people, they feel too entitled. That's one thing I noticed. Elegant say, yes, host, I turn on all notification, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. You hear it go off. Exactly. Exactly. And there's something they call deleting, So all the videos you've watched, all the information, when you get all that, okay, when your this thing is full, click on them and delete. If you've seen the video, you don't need it anymore, right? You do. Are they dancing? Are they dancing? Yes, they're dancing. Exactly. So one thing we have to know is that when we upload videos and people are able to come and watch it that moment that we uploaded it, that is the best way for all of us to grow. That is the best way. And I keep saying to myself, why is it that the people, those people among us that at least when they stream, when they go live, they get certain amounts of people coming in because they always stream about rolling. I think these people, before they come live every day, they should write down some stuff. Yes, I'm talking. Yes. I think they should write down some things and just discuss these things. So people will know, because I feel like some people don't know about it. They don't think that notification is that important. But at the end of the day, if notification was not important, then why they wouldn't even put it there? Because what is the reason? Why would they put something that's is not useful? Why would they put something that is not useful? So notification is important. When some people are like, I don't think it's that serious, I'm going to see the video anyway when I'm on the platform. But if imagine you have 1K bananas, because we're giving, give me, I give you, connect to me, I connect to you. If all those 1K people would turn on your notification, okay, I'm back. Sorry, kids and their ways. Yeah, so what I was saying, if you would turn on your notification, if you would turn on your notification, then you will realize that 1K, let's say 1K people or 500, 700 out of that 1K you have, they will turn on your notification. Immediately you upload, YT says that very first moment that your content is hitting the platform, if a lot of people come in and watch it, first 30 minutes, first 5 minutes, that your video is on YouTube, then it tells YouTube that people are interested in that content, that you are doing well. That way, they will start pushing your content to more people that do not know you, people that have not heard of you before. They will push your content so those people can see and connect with you if they want, you know. So if we don't turn the notification, how do we grow? How do we grow? So it's not all about going to ask for blue jackets. It's about doing what we need to do so we can all grow. We can all hit our goal on YT, you know. That's just what it is. Okay, so at the end of the day, that's one thing that we need to think about when we're saying, let us give me blue jacket, give me blue jacket. We need to remember that it's not all about asking for blue jacket, but will you be able to help that person on the person's channel also? When the person is streaming live, the person has something the person is talking about. Can you also go there while you're rolling and you engage in the conversation also? Will you help the person to drop other people's links when they are busy and they ask the host to please help them drop their links so people can also roll with them? A lot of people think about themselves as a moderator. You have to be there to say welcome to people. Just even Monica Miles mentioned it. She was here earlier. She mentioned it. That you have to make sure you're there to greet people. And if you notice, most time when you go to streams, how many times have you gone into stream and you say, hello host, hello everyone? How many people among the people with blue jackets come back to say, hello, you're welcome? Because maybe the host is looking somewhere else and didn't see when that person came in. You as a moderator, if you answer that person, when the host will start looking at comments, the host will, because as you have blue jacket, your comments stand out in a way from other people. So you greeting and saying hello to that person helps the person, you know. So people don't understand. Sorry, I was explaining something I saw when you came in. I just wanted to finish what I was saying so I don't forget. You're welcome, all things Chile. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. How are you doing today? How are you? How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming. Thank you so much. God bless you. Hello, Lady T Food. How are you doing, Lady T? Lady T that used to give us the dance moves, right? You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? How are you? Thank you for coming. Okay. All to say, I understand, host. Thank you very much for understanding, because this conversation is very, very important. Like, I've been holding back for a while, but after I saw something that happened on two people's stream yesterday, I was like, I really have to just stream and talk about this topic and this topic alone. Even if I have to branch out and talk about something else, I will still come back and I will keep repeating myself, because I feel like a lot of we growing YouTubers feel entitled. We feel like every other person on YT owes us something, not knowing that that is a wrong way to see things, because nobody owes you anything. The day you decided to create your channel, you did not invite all the small YouTubers and tell them, I'm creating my channel, so I want all of you to be available at my beck and call and all that. So a lot of people, when you hear the way they sound, you start wondering, do I know you from anywhere? Like, have I seen you before in real life? Have we met in real life? Why would you just come to my channel and be so rude to me, or just because you asked for something? So I will just go over the story again. So we're talking about moderators, growing YouTubers, small YouTubers. People get offended when you call them small YouTubers, but last, we're all small YouTubers, okay? Even if you have 10,000 subscribers, you're still growing, right? Even people with 100,000 subscribers, they are still growing. Anyways, so we small YouTubers, growing YouTubers, people that are new on the chat on the platform, there are things that they fail to understand. Hello, Amarakata. How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. So I really wanted to come in here so we can just discuss this topic all together, because different people have different views and different points. So there might be things that I might not point out that you might point out. So I was like, let me just come in so we discuss. So people will hear, and growing YouTubers need to understand the importance of being a moderator on someone's channel. Okay, first of all, you cannot just go to someone's channel and go and be asking the person for blue jacket. Like, why should somebody give you blue jacket just because you asked? People give blue jacket for a reason. Before someone gives you blue jacket, the person might have been watching you, how you react on the person's channel. Do you join conversation, whatever the person is talking about? You know, do you have good rapport? The person see you as someone that is easy to talk to and you understand things very well. There are reasons why people will give you that, but coming in and say, host, give me blue jacket. Excuse me? Do I know you from anywhere? I'm only going to give it to people that I trust, that if I'm streaming, they will be able to moderate the chat in a good way, not in a biased way. Not because you quarrel with this other person the other day on another LS, you will come and block the person on my LS, when me, I don't have problem with that person. You understand? Okay? Knows what to do. We're used to it, but we all will make it by God's grace. Exactly. Yes. We get used to it, but do you know that some people get really upset? Like yesterday, I think Elegant was also on that person's live stream. Someone came in, and then the person started talking about, host, give me blue jacket, give me blue jacket, because one of the moderators actually dropped their link. So, host, give me blue jacket, host, give me blue jacket. The host didn't give the person blue jacket. So the person was like, I look odd here because I'm the only one that doesn't have blue jacket in your house. Is it because I'm not your friend? first of all, did anybody tell you that all those people that have blue jacket are friends to that person? You know, so that is it because I'm not your friend? That's why you did not give me blue jacket. So he said, is it because I'm not your friend? She's telling you yes. So and she said, is it because I'm not your friend? That's why you didn't give me a blue jacket in your house. And then he said, give me blue jacket because I want to drop my link. And then the host responded by saying, blue jacket, like not everybody needs to have blue jacket and all that. And then this person started talking, and she was kind of rude, you know. Her response was kind of rude. Okay, someone came. Oh, Proud Mix is in the building. Hello, Proud Mix. Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you so much. There's water here. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing today? We're discussing about moderators, and I'm just in the kitchen arranging things and discussing with you people also. Okay, so, and then she just started sounding very rude, and I was in that chat, and I was thinking, let me just watch and see what the moderators would do, because everybody was just rolling and rolling and rolling. And then I said, let me just, check out what's going to happen if any of these people will say anything. None of the moderators said anything. It was after the host timed the person out. That was when they started asking her what's going on. Excuse me, were you not there in the chat? Didn't you see what was going on before she timed those people out? And as a moderator, shouldn't your eyes be open in a chat, because your job is supposed to moderate the chat, make sure it's clear, everything is going right, and people that are rude, you can time them out and just things like that. Say hello to people that are coming into the chat as a moderator, because maybe the host might not see, maybe the host is looking to the side or something when someone comes in, and then the host didn't welcome the person. As a moderator, it's your job to say hello, this person, welcome for joining us and all that. But a lot of people want to be moderators because they want to drop their links, and people grab me, and I was like, at the end of the day, it's not about you. When you're made a moderator, the first thing that should come to your mind shouldn't be, I want to drop my link. Okay, probably said hello, Amara, long time. Yeah, that's true. Amara has been off for a while. Yeah, longest time, Proud Mix. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we have a Proud. Hello, Proud Mix is up here. Yeah, like I said before, I wanted us to talk about this because we all have different viewpoints to things. So it's good to just open the floor for everyone to share their view, because there might be things that I won't remember to talk about, but you and every other person here. So please jump on the link if you have something to say about this, or even if it's any other thing that is very important for we growing YouTubers, things that you think people that are growing on this platform needs to know. Over to you, Proud Mix. What do you have to say about this whole give me blue jacket thing that people are always demanding when they go to people's live stream? And if you don't give them, they start cussing you out.
First and foremost, good morning, Mel. Good morning to everybody in the chat. From my side, blessings to you all. Happy new month, happy new week, happy new day.
Thank you.
Now, regarding You're welcome. Now, regarding the blue jackets, I mean, I've always looked at it like, let me earn it. If the host feels they want to give me a moderator and they feel that I've earned it, I have no problem with that. Like, I don't go into any LS demanding anything because, I always explain to people, like I explained to a young lady that came to my stream the last time
Yeah.
I was live, she came and said hello to everybody, which wasn't an issue. But the problem was, right after that, she said, "Can you make me a blue jacket?" And all I
Oh,
said was, I don't mind giving you one. Just please come through. I asked, please, it's courtesy. I asked her,
yeah.
please come through more often and support me thoroughly. And, it's not a problem. And, she kept appearing after that. And then after that, I didn't see her after that anymore. But not to say after that redundantly, but that's what it was. That's how it played out. And,
Yeah.
see things like that, like a lot of times when you give people the wrench, sometimes you're giving them the power to abuse the power behind having it. And,
Exactly.
other people that don't have a moderator wrench in the chat, they have to pay a price. Like Sing and Flourish was in Minister Charity stream a couple days ago, and
Yeah.
the person that was pretending to be Marvelous kept timing her out and removing the
Oh,
messages. And even at a point in there, when I said hello to Minister Charity, the same thing happened to me. So
ah,
the imposter thing is another problem too, and YouTube has to handle that because they allow you to make constant accounts. So there's no
yeah.
way to stop that unless YouTube fixes that problem alone. And it really isn't going to do us any good to complain to YT because it's going to keep happening. Now, regarding the blue wrenches, I don't just give them to people because, like I explained to Vanessa a few days ago, when you drop the link, it hurts your chat because it's considered spam if it's continuously happening throughout the duration of the chat. Now, doing it here and there just to remind everybody if you want to connect with this person is fine, like every 10 minutes, but you want to limit how much you do it to protect the, good of your chat. This way your video doesn't end up getting flagged. And regarding the hashtags and tags, it's okay to use those as long as you don't overdo it. Like I used 2 hashtags in my latest video and I just like to play it safe on here. Even to be honest, this morning when I woke up, the warning I had, they removed it. So I'm good and I'm blessed and I'm grateful for that. And that was regarding me speaking on COVID and that other thing that I can't mention for other reasons. But they took that off and I'm grateful for it. So if I can help anybody with anything they need to know, I'll let them know. And if I can't, I'll refer you to somebody that I trust with good faith to let you know what I can't tell you. So that's my thoughts on it.
Promise, shed more light on. You said something about COVID and they removed your video. Please shed more light on that if you can.
I spoke about the COVID and the vaccines in one of my live streams a while back. It hasn't even been that long. It's been about a couple weeks ago. And they gave me a warning and they allowed me to appeal it, but they rejected the appeal, even though I took invalid information from the CDC and the WHO and put it back to them. See, this is part of the government, which I don't want to say too much on your platform, Mel, because I don't want you to get penalized. I'm just saying that, I'm not going to lie to the people that's watching me. Certainly not about something that is regarding our life. So I did that and they penalized me for it. Today the warning was gone. So I'm grateful for it. I'm blessed, but I'm just gonna shift gears and not mention it no more. But I'm gonna stay true to my beliefs. But if somebody asks me about it, I'm just gonna speak on how I personally feel about it because I have respect for other people's platforms. Just like what Dominant Man said to you. I understand what that meant and I get what you're saying. You have to have thick skin. That wasn't my issue. I wear thick skin like a leather coat on social media, and I don't indulge in any drama because I don't got time for that. I have too much problems I deal with outside of YouTube. I don't live my life on the internet. I just didn't like what he said to you. That's why I stepped down and out of respect for Vanessa because, I could have really said something else, but I'm better than that. So I just didn't. So shout out to Dominant Man. I just think don't pretend as if you don't know why you're, and held in violation or contempt of because of things you said. And that's why I explained to Vanessa, if your only options given are to ban this man or block this man, what else do you need to know? It's self-explanatory. But I just feel like, hey, Vanessa got a golden heart. That's why she allowed him up there. But I agree with what Mira said. That the guy just gave her a bad vibe, and that's what I said. That's why I stepped down. So gratefully, we passed that. I just don't feel comfortable being up there with a guy like that because we stand for two different things. Uh, and he's using dominant in a dark text. That's the problem I have with it.
All right. Let's read some comment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's read some comment here. Okay, so all things said, I think they mostly want the blue jackets to spam the chat. That's a very good point. All things. All things said, good morning to you too, Proud Mix. And all things also said, exactly, you earn it. That's true. That's exactly what it is. You have to earn it. You just don't come in as a new person. The person doesn't know you. You don't always show up to the person's stream, and you just came in, hello, host, and everyone, and then you tell people to roll with you. Then you see one of the moderators drop their link. The next thing you're asking the host to give you this in blue jacket. That goes to show that your motive for asking that is because you want to use it to favor yourself. Well, meanwhile, you're supposed to think when you're a moderator, you have to first engage, help that person before you think of dropping your link. You understand? So Pradmix really nailed it. Let me read more. Sweet Elegant said yes, yes, very, because I was in someone live stream yesterday. I was a moderator and people in was putting emoji and numbers, and I have to be watching and deleting chats. And I see that even some moderators, they do that sometimes, that they put more than the required numbers of emojis, and I just wonder, as a moderator, what are you doing? You know. So Amara said exactly. Lady T Foodie said you are right, Proud Mix. Sweet Elegant said yes, was in Proud Mix live that day. Yeah, that's true. Me too. I remember the stream he's talking about. Promise like that day and share the video, and then I see it came down. Wow. See how she likes the back. So cute, baby. Thank you, all things. Is she and her father? Her father annoyed her, and then she ran and came here. All right, over to you, Brown Mix.
I just basically gave my thoughts on the wrenches because a lot of times, even if they do legitimately use the moderator for its purpose, it's okay, but sometimes they go a little bit overboard with dropping the links, and sometimes this can be held on the fault of the host because the host isn't explaining always what detriments that the links serve to the chat, which could lead to your video being potentially flagged, like I explained to Vanessa. And if you do that, then the live stream is for nothing. Because if they flag your video, you lose the watch hours. Now you got to do it all over again. Especially for people that are trying to get monetized. They can't really afford to keep doing LS constantly. Congratulations to Marvelous TV because she just got monetized yesterday. So I
Yes,
feel like with
congratulations
that,
to her. Yes.
that's a perfect example.
Please, sorry, let's welcome someone that just came in. Greetings, everyone. That's from the Banigos. Hello, the Banigos. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Thank you very much for joining us. God bless you. Continue, Proud Mix. Sorry.
Hello, how's it going to everybody in the chat? But no, everybody that regarding the moderator, if it's not these imposters that's posing a problem, lately, these last couple of days, it's been a big deal about the moderator. It's really not a big deal. The only problem is, like I said, the host has to be liable too, because if you don't understand, that's like we talked about this in Vanessa's stream the other day. Like, read
Yes.
the guidelines that YouTube has laid out. This way you understand, because if the host isn't explaining this, then they can be held at fault too. Like, this goes both ways. But for me, I have my set of moderators already, and those people I've given them to over time. I didn't just give them to them right away, and I'm not a promote stream. I will. You and Elegant have witnessed this. I'll tell people, please subscribe to each other, but I don't promote channels like that because I understand the guidelines that follow with it. And just like small YouTuber support, you see that decreasing too. You don't even see much of it no more because the sub for sub method,
Exactly.
it doesn't hurt you, but it doesn't help you either. So, like I said, with the moderators, if you are going to give them out, give them to somebody that you really can trust and have a connection outside of YouTube with. That's the only advice I can give you, as I explained to Bintu. And hopefully she got her situation fixed.
Right. And I just think in the aspect of bullying someone, I just don't understand. If you asked for it, the person said the person is not giving. Don't you think the person has his or her own reasons for not giving you the blue jacket? One, that's the person's channel, so the person has to make decisions, right? So these that people go out of their way to insult you, give you thumbs down. I just don't get it. Like, it's not just right, you know? And if you notice, another thing that people do, they tend to go, if they have these blue jackets, people that they are fighting with on their own channel, or somebody that they had an argument earlier on someone else's LS, they will bring it to your LS that they have blue jacket. And if they see that person there, they will just time the person out, forgetting the fact that you, the host, you are looking for your watch hours. You need more people to be on the platform, engaging in a conversation that is going on, or connecting with people down there in the chat. But just because you fought with that person earlier on that day, you bring it to someone else's platform and punish the person because the person gave you a moderator, you know.
Right.
Okay, the Banigo said, we good. Greetings, elegant. Why ask really doesn't make sense. You give who you trust. Ah, okay. Okay, that's coming from the body. But that's true. I really want us to really throw light on this because I feel like most of the growing YouTubers, I said this earlier, they feel like it is their right to come on your channel, demand, and the way some of them sound, from reading the comments, you will see that it's almost like they are commanding you to do it. Or you hear someone, another thing I've noticed, you hear someone saying, for example, the person will say, sweet elegant, give the Bunny Ghost jacket. And I'm thinking, excuse me, is that your channel? Is it your decision to make for you to call the host, tell the host to give someone else blue jacket? Like, who are you, the president of the world? What do you think about that?
I mean, like I explained to Bintu lifestyle, if you have a connection with these people that you're friends with and it's them and you trust them, if you have them on WhatsApp or anything, keep them as your moderators because at least, even if they can't be there all the time, you can trust them to do the right thing and police the chat to make sure everything stays in order, so to speak. Or you can install Nightbot, which will do the job for you to equalize the spamming in the chat if it comes to that. Like I was in Ugana Madu's chat a couple days ago, and there was a guy in there that told her the exact same thing. Give me a blue jacket now, and if you don't, I will thumbs down this video. And Amakalicious timed him out. So that's what it's coming to. Like people really take the blue wrenches seriously, and it's really not a reason to because they're only there for you to drop the links. And at this point, you don't even need to do that because the host will do it, or the host will have its installed Nightbot do it. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. You're welcome. The Bunny goes,
Thank you guys so much.
thank you for coming in.
Thank you guys.
Please, we really need many angles to
Yes.
this story. Let not be like few of us are just giving our point. Everybody should just say what they feel like concerning this whole moderator saga thing among growing YouTubers.
The thing is that most people don't even know what some people just feel, once they have a blue jacket in your channel, it means like, you know, there's, I don't know, I mean, like they're in blue, it's an armor, like, oh, they have like a certain prestige or something. They don't know that there's more to giving someone this blue jacket. Because when you give someone a blue jacket, it means you're giving the person access to certain liberty in your channel. They can delete your comments, they can block people from your channel. So, like, before you even give that jacket to anybody, it should be someone you totally trust that would not do anything harmful to your channel before you give out a jacket. A jacket is not something you just give out. And it is okay for you to take back your jacket from anybody if you feel you're not comfortable with, I mean, what the person is bringing to your channel, or you're not good with the person. It is okay for you to take your jacket. If the person chooses to stop watching you or being subscribed to you because of that fact, fine and good, life goes on. Okay, but I mean, we need to really understand, like, because Constant Space, she joined YouTube, and like, so she will come to your channel and say, give me jacket, oh, give me jacket, oh. She was one of those people. So I now thought that her Constance come, this jacket say, you know waiting, if they give you this jacket, you know waiting it be. Because I mean, some people, they don't know, they just see themselves in blue. It just feels like, oh, they are special to you. That is why you gave them that blue. That's what they feel like. Oh, I'm special in your channel. I have a special place in your heart. I carry cheers down for your mind. I made me wear your jacket. That's what some of them feel. They don't know you giving out your jacket is like you're giving them a right to your channel. Like, delete any comment that is not nice on my channel. Block anybody blockable that, I mean, like, you feel. And some people, when you give them that jacket, if there's someone they are not good with, they can just go ahead and block the person off because they are not good with the person. And you on your own, you'll be like, I'm not seeing the Banigos on my premiere again. No, what happened? Why am I not seeing her? I'm not seeing this person come to my live stream. What happened? You won't know that someone you gave your jacket to blocked someone off your channel for you. So, like, we have to be very careful. It's a topic that ought to be discussed so that those of us just coming into YouTube, I mean, can be aware about it. There are certain people you shouldn't give. It is not harm. I mean, and having a jacket is not pride or anything. If you enter someone's premiere and you're not wearing a jacket, it is not a big deal. If you go to someone's live stream and there's no jacket, it's not a big deal. You want to be there for that person. That is what matters. So just be there for the person, do what you have to do, and move on. A jacket will not change a person's position, what you feel about the person or how you care about the person. Really, it wouldn't. So, I mean, just do what you have to do. These big YouTubers, they don't, I mean, they rarely do premieres anyway, but when you go to their live stream, you don't see anybody wearing jackets in their live streams. Except people like Wodumaya, who occasionally does, I mean, needs people to drop certain links or certain things on his live stream. Then you see him giving certain people, moderators. He made them moderators on his channel because they are there for a purpose. And I'm sure he trusts those people that they will not do things that are harmful to the channel because probably, I mean, it is beneficial to him and some other people also. So, like, we really need to know what this is. Having a blue jacket, I don't making someone a moderator, that is the right word. Making someone a moderator, I mean, it's not a big deal, and it's something that you need to properly consider before making someone your moderator. And also, some people don't even do what a moderator is supposed to do. Someone is wearing a blue jacket, they come to your channel, you won't even see them welcoming people for you. That is why I made you a moderator in my channel, so that you can assist me. Or when I'm late for my premiere, I'm not there, but you come in before me, you can just assume that position of, oh, the host is not here right now, but welcome to this premiere, or blah, 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 blah. Oh, the host is off doing this. Just the way we do for Vanessa Mel, you know how we do. If we notice that our live stream just goes somehow, you know, you are trying to reach out one-on-one to know what's going on, trying to bring information back to the people in the live stream that, oh, sorry, she started a new live, this happened. Some people, they don't know, they just feel, oh, I'm wearing a jacket, I'm special, I'm wearing this beautiful blue jacket, it looks good on me. As a moderator, you have a duty to that person that gave you, that's moderator duties. You have a duty to the person also. Okay, you have a duty also to the person. So we all need to be careful who we give our moderators, who will make our moderators. And it is very, very much okay for you to review your moderators. And if you feel someone you gave your jacket is not doing the job, Because I don't know why you're my moderator and then you come into my live stream and you cannot welcome people for me and you're feeling big that because you senior me for real life, I be my auntie. So therefore, you are wearing my jacket and you cannot say hello to somebody in the channel for me. Or if I miss a comment, you cannot call my attention to it or reply the person for me that, oh, I mean, Banigo, someone said this to you, you missed it. You know, that is why you are my moderator. You are there to have my back. That is why I'm giving you this jacket that, oh, I need you to have my back. In case I'm missing out certain things, you can help me see it. I hope I'm not talking too much, Shao. You guys know I can talk. But yeah, you know, that is just it.
You're not
Yeah.
talking too much. I've been talking. Proud Mix came, shared his own point. So even from the beginning of the live stream, I said I want everybody to really share their own point of view, because if you're talking alone, there might be some vital points that you might not remember to point out. So when you have people, different people bringing their own point, what they think about the topic, I think it's more fun and people learn more. Um,
Mm.
Altin said, I don't understand. Altin, please tell us what you don't understand so
Yes, yes. So you can
we can
clear it.
explain
Yes.
to you. Learning with
Yeah.
my kids said, proud mixed child greetings. Learning with my kids said, this our speaker, eh? God bless you. That's the body go, I'm telling you. That your small head
But
is
it
full of sense.
but it's the truth now. It's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. You know, it's okay to review your moderators and let's be careful. So because you'll be wondering, I need a so person for my channel again. It's okay. I mean, it's okay for us to review. It's okay for us to be careful who we give. If someone is telling you give and give the Banigos jacket, say okay, I've heard. You do it in your own time. If they want to be offended, let them be, but it is your channel first before anybody else's channel. So it is your duty to protect your channel. Pretty proud miss, let me allow you talk. Oh, you know, let me step down for the chairman, you know, the man in our midst.
No, I agree with what you said. I mean, a lot of times too, not even regarding the Blue Jackets alone. Yesterday, I was in Lucky Star Global's live stream and I ran his playlist in an exchange for ninjas. And the thing is, there was somebody in there. There were a few people in there. Like the chat's moving so quick, he can't really catch everything. So he had one of his friends there to like do that for him. And somebody got so mad they spammed his chat with emojis and then she left without apologizing, you know. And see, that's the thing people don't understand. It's not only the links, it's the emojis too. You can use them, but you can't like spam a whole section of them because these are things that YouTube's gonna review before you get monetized to see if you're following the guidelines. That's what a lot of people have to realize, you know. It's not only the links, you have to make people understand. Use the emojis, that's fine. Just don't spam the chat with them because it can cause your video to get flagged. And it's really about the watch hours at this point, unless you're trying to collect bananas and get to 1K, which is becoming harder because there's not small YouTubers support no more. And then with YouTube constantly glitching and the clean sweep every 3 to 4 months, it makes it that much harder for you to get 1K. So it's not as easy as people think. So like I said, with me, I just try to follow the guidelines as best as I can. I've never experienced having a strike and I try to support everybody as thoroughly as I can. But what happened in that stream yesterday is a perfect example of how mad some people can get, where they'll end up costing you heavily. And by that time, you really can't do anything because you always got to look forward to this happening again. And people just really get mad for no reason. So, like Banagos was saying, they'll spam your chat, and being a moderator is really nothing to be happy about. I mean, it's okay, but what's the purpose of dropping your link when the host can do that for you? And the only time I'll drop a link is if the host sometime asks me to do it where they can't, or if they have a Nightbot installed. Nightbot will just do that for them where none of us will have to do it. I've been in many
Mm-hmm.
streams too where I haven't even had a ring and the whole room was full of moderators and I've been timed out for no reason. I didn't violate any
Mm-hmm.
guidelines, but sometimes that's what you have to be prepared for. And I knew just to avoid that happening again, I wouldn't go back into the live stream and I would kind of comment at a host video and explain to them, thank you for allowing me to join your LS, but if I'm going to experience this because your moderators don't know how to do the purpose behind being one, then I just
Mm-hmm.
won't come back to your thing. That doesn't mean I don't have no love and respect for you. It's just I want you to understand, is that fair to me that I'm trying to support you and I get blocked wrongfully by one of your moderators? Nah, that's okay. I'd rather just avoid it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree with you totally, totally. I don't know. People take this wearing a blue jacket too serious. Take it too serious. You know, you take it too serious. And also, especially when your channel is not monetized yet, there's loads and loads of guidelines you need to obey because you're not yet a partner. So if you're not following these guidelines, it could actually affect your channel. And then you see certain people say, "Oh, I met the threshold and everything, but I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing, but they refused my monetization application or something." And then you'll be wondering that, "Oh, I didn't do nothing," but you've, one way or the other, disobeyed certain guidelines that is actually affecting your channel. So I mean, like, you can't be too careful. You can't be too careful with YouTube. You can't be too careful. Too careful, you can't be. Yeah.
That's very true. And what do you people think about this? That people come on your live stream and they are telling you, give this person, like they're not even with please. There's a way you say something and it sounds, the person reading it can see that it's polite. And there's a way you put a comment, it just shows that it's so rude, like it's almost like you're commanding the person. What do you people think about people doing that? Telling you to give someone blue jackets as if they are your boss.
Banner goes, you can go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I feel like even if someone tells you give a blue jacket, it is first your channel. You shouldn't be persuaded. See, I keep saying something on YT here. There's no special law on YouTube. Our prayer, or what we are hoping for, is that one of our videos get picked up by the almighty algorithm and then we blow up. Like, don't make anybody feel senior, or, oh, that my if I don't give this person a blue jacket, oh, the person won't support me anymore. Except you feel like maybe the person is your godmother on YouTube, then you can listen to it. But if the person is doing you no favor whatsoever, and you don't owe anybody anything, nobody should command you or compel you to give anybody a blue jacket. It is your channel. Oh, give this person a blue jacket. Tell them I've heard. But you don't just give, like, I feel we should be educated more, that you don't just give a blue jacket to anybody. What is the use of the blue jacket for you? If for me to give you a blue jacket, I need you to moderate for me. They said a moderator. They didn't say give anybody. Give someone that can moderate. That means you are moderating for me. You are acting as a moderator for me. That is why I'm giving you this jacket. So if I'm giving you this jacket, what is the importance of me giving you the jacket? Okay, so you can drop your link. So you can drop your link. Is that the reason? Like, I don't understand. So, like, I don't think it should be a big deal if you, I mean, if someone tells you give me your jacket, you can simply tell the person I've heard, or educate the person right there that, oh, I'm sorry, a jacket shouldn't be given to everyone. Okay, so I hope the person doesn't get offended by this, but you don't just give the person or you can tell the person, okay, for me to give you my blue jacket, these are my terms and conditions. If you are ready to abide by my terms, then I'll give it to you. So you create your terms and conditions for the person. If they can abide by it, once you come into my live stream, you'll be there. Once I'm live, you are there also. Can you do that? If you say no, I cannot always be there when you are there, and then I'm sorry. That is one of my terms, because I need you to moderate for me. Okay, so no one should pressure you into giving anybody, even giving a blue jacket. You need the person to act as a moderator. You see certain people, once they are going live, they tell their moderators that I am going live right now, and I'll need you there, so that you can help me, time out people that say the wrong things, because I'm up there and I might not have the time to just be in the comment section also. So I need you there. So I mean, just know what a moderator is, and then know what you want from your moderator, so that when someone asks you, tell them you have do's and don'ts for you to be my moderator. And if they cannot accept your conditions, don't go on now, bye bye. It's not hard, simple as ABC. I too like talk. Oh, man, I know verse.
Of course, it's good to when you explain something, it's good to just give all the points so someone will not feel like, I don't understand what this person is saying, or this person is just a hater. That's why the person is saying we shouldn't do this. So it's always good to always explain what you are saying. Yeah. Congratulations. This is Hence Kitchen and Lifestyle. Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome. I saw you when you came in, but I was waiting for Banigo to conclude. Then I welcome you. Sorry. You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. We're here talking about moderator wahala between growing YouTubers, and how growing YouTubers, most of them feel entitled. They feel like you owe them these things, is their right. So they come on your channel and they demand it. They're not even asking politely. They demand. When you don't give, they insult you. They give you thumbs down. They just do every kind of nasty thing just because you didn't give them what they were asking. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Over to you, Proud Mix.
I just feel like a lot of times, even though the moderator is for not only just dropping links and to block other people who may potentially spam the chat, sometimes people don't even click the links to check another house if they're interested in subscribing. So you can't leave that out either. Like a lot of times, dropping the link can be perceived as pointless to a degree because most of those people aren't going to subscribe anyway, and they're not going to tell you that, but and I always say, thank God for the studio, because the studio lets us see when the numbers change. If somebody is going to roll with you, it'll show if they did or didn't. And, I think it's a mix between the people and YouTube. Like, I'm not afraid to say that. Like, I always say that anybody, I will roll with you. And anybody that I connect with, I do it genuinely, honestly, and loyally. You know what? And I always tell everybody, even in my streams, if you feel that I'm not your cup of tea, and you were subscribed to me, I still love you, and I'm not gonna take back my subscription, because I'm still just gonna show you and be loyal and abide by what this is all about anyway. So I don't want nobody to take that offensively. It's just that I don't have room in my heart to hate nobody. And YouTube isn't really that serious where you should be demanding anything on somebody else's platform when you have your own. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's just kind of where I stand with it.
You're very correct. You are very correct. It's true, because we all have, at the end of the day, we all have our platform. So if you feel like you want that particular person to have blue jacket, it's okay. Go to your channel, start a stream, and give the person a jacket on your own stream, because that's where you make the rules, right? Only on your channel. That's where you can do and undo and do all of that. You just cannot come to some other person. You don't know what the relationship between those two people are. Just because somebody is your friend doesn't mean the person is the friend to the next person. So coming to demand, and then you're now going to make the host look bad, because if the host doesn't give, then it seems like the host is a bad person. Somebody told you to give me blue jacket, but you just ignored the person, or you made excuses for the person. So at the end of the day, before you say something, you should think about it. I think Nessa Growth will always say this, right? That some people talk without analyzing their words. They just say it, and at the end of the day, they say things that is kind of offensive to whoever they are directing that comment or that word to. So yeah, it's really good to think about what we say before we say it. Don't jump on someone's stream and tell the person what to do. You know, Better still, send the person private message. If you have the person on WhatsApp or Instagram, send the person a message. Let the person tell the person to read the person's message. So then the person can reply you. You can have that conversation so nobody on white sees. So nobody gets hurt, and then your person doesn't keep getting thumbs down every time the person is streaming, okay? Um, Hence Kitchen say, our proud mixed child, that's some wise word right there. Yes, proud mix is wise. When he's talking, you'll be grabbing a whole lot of sense from what he's saying. Okay, proud mix.
Thanks for that, Hans. I just want to get a understanding with everybody and clarify, because I don't, like I said, I don't have no type of hate or ill will towards anybody. I'm too blessed for that, and I'm thankful for each one of you, because Without you, my channel wouldn't be where it's at. Even though I'm not a strong content creator, I've always made it evident to everybody watching me that I'm more a supporter than content creator. I do a mix of both, but I'm never gonna sit here and get upset at somebody if they unsubscribe. It's their right; they're entitled to do so. But regarding the moderator situation, you don't get come in nobody's LS and demand anything, because that's what you have your own platform for. And if it's really that important to you, run your platform how you want. I'm not in no position to tell you how to, maneuver at your house. It's just like what Mel just said is true. You have to think before you speak. And a lot of times people do the opposite and speak before they think. So it's just like, don't go in somebody's LS and really be mean to them, because they don't owe you nothing. And they're not obligated to do anything for you. That's why I said to Bentu and anybody that I assisted Vanessa with, regarding how to go about this situation, like get people you have those connections to personally that you can trust. Because one of the moderators for me, he's like a brother to me. Like I really, like, we personally know each other outside of YouTube, and I trust him with anything as if he was my blood brother. So he's somebody that I made a moderator immediately, because he's always delivered when I needed to. And fortunately for me, I've never really had any troll issues, because I don't have time for that. But if it ever surfaces, I will address it with class. I don't have to lower myself and degrade nobody to really play into this YouTube street. I'm not about the internet like that. I'm a realist, and what, anything I say, I'm gonna say it realistically. I just think this is how things should be handled, where we're all adults here, we can talk about it. And if you can't talk about it, then we have nothing to talk about. So regarding the mods, I think people should ask, please, can you make me a blue jacket? And if the host refuses, earn your blue jacket. Earn it with dignity. That's what I'll say.
You are absolutely right. Please, if you're in the comment section, if you have any question that you want us to discuss, please feel free, let us know. Okay, there's so many things we need to talk about, because I feel like a whole lot of people, they just create their channel and they don't even want to stress themselves to go and read and try to understand what this YouTube is all about, and try to know what the different rules and what different things means on YouTube. And they get upset when certain things happen, when things that they shouldn't be upset about, if they would have done a little bit of research and try to understand what that thing is all about. So if you have any question concerning YT, ask. If we have answers, we're going to give it. If we don't, we're going to research and we will come back with it. Okay. So someone just joined us. Sorry, I was talking. I wanted to finish what I was saying before I welcome you. Said, hi, host, thumbs up. Thank you. That's God's Love TV. You are welcome, God's Love. God's Love said, God bless you all, everyone in the house. Thank you very much. We're here discussing about YT moderators, and how some people are just overdoing it, and they feel like it is their right for you to give them the blue jacket, make them a moderator in your house, as we normally call it, but on your channel. So that's what we are discussing about today, okay? And another thing I want us to even talk about, it's about the notification bell on people's channel. I feel like some people are not turning on their notification bell for reasons that I do not understand. And I feel like notification bell, not I feel like, I know that notification bell is very important, because even Whitey says that few moments that your video lands on the platform, the way people rush in to watch, that is what will help push you out there. And we all want to grow. We all want the algorithm to pick us up, but we're not doing it right. Proud Mix, what do you have to say about this notification bell that so many people, they subscribe to you, but they don't turn on notification bell?
I think it's crucial, you need to do that. Like I spent an hour and a half a couple weeks back turning on bells that were deactivated post YouTube clean sweep. And it's very good to do that. This way you can catch the videos. Now, I've explained also to anybody, I'm a little bit over 2K. And I try my best to support everybody that I subscribe to. If I can't catch your video, like, I'm genuinely sorry. So I want you to understand, if I can't catch every video, because none of us can watch every video, like, as our numbers grow, it gets harder to support everybody. Like, I was one of the people as a monetized channel where I didn't have a monetization party, and I wasn't upset at people that couldn't show up because, Mel, you've been to my streams. I always say to somebody, don't apologize to me, because you do have a life outside of this. And I understand. If you here for 5 seconds, I'm grateful that you appeared. You don't owe me anything, but I love you as a supporter, and I don't want to lose you. I'm grateful for that. So I genuinely try to make it known how much I enjoy my supporters and how much I do engaging with them when I can. I'm very busy outside of YouTube, even though I tend to appear a lot. But I just try to make people understand. Try to be more understanding instead of demanding, because when you demand everything, you don't get most of what you're, pressing somebody for. So, like I said, if you have the bell off and it was because of the YouTube issue, just go and reactivate it so you can get the notifications, because there are live streams that I missed because my bell was off, and it wasn't by my own choice. It was because YouTube does that. YouTube, the clean sweep doesn't just deactivate the bells. Sometimes it unsubscribes you from people, so you have to resubscribe. So just make sure you do that if you haven't. And if you don't understand, Mel or I or somebody else that we, either one of us, may refer you to, can explain it better than us. I'm sure you can do the same thing, Mel.
That's true. That's true. Because sometimes when you hear what people say, people like, I'm going to see the video anyway because I'm a content creator and I always visit my YouTube channel, if not every day, but every other day. So if you post a video, even though I don't get a notification, when I come on YouTube, I will see your video and I will watch. And I'm saying people don't understand that even if you're watching it 2 hours later, it is not as important as if you watch it at that moment that the person just uploaded, because then that will tell YouTube that this person is doing well. So they should promote the person, they should push the person for more people to see. So a lot of the times, we as small YouTubers, we keep saying, let us keep doing this. So Whitey, sorry, I'm trying to do something else. I'm a bit distracted. Okay. So we want Whitey to push us, but we're not doing what we should do or what Whitey expects us to do, so we can actually get the best result that we want, you know. So I just feel like people are supposed to achieve that. So yes, I think people should. And just as you said, Proud Mix, if you're on Whitey and there's something you do not understand, it is not wrong to ask questions so people can actually explain to you. And if they don't have the answers, they can refer you to other people that have that information. Yes.
Yeah,
Over to you, Proud Mix. Yeah.
like a lot of times too, like I observe everything, and one thing that I do notice is, people unsub and sub every day. It doesn't matter when, but it's like when you state truth about this for people that really want to know. Like, I've noticed this with my channel too. Like, if I said something that was crucial for me to know to anybody, like, I lost subs after that, after my LS. And that's disheartening, because you are genuinely trying to help people. But at the same time, like, I understand also, like, the same people that ask for it, a lot of times they don't really appreciate it. And I don't think, I mean, I'm not speaking for you, but I don't think we really just went out of our way for an hour plus giving this, knowledge to you, if we just felt, well, we're not doing this genuinely. And that's sad, because I'm kind of like, that's why I always have to address it, where, even if you unsubscribe from me, I still love you. I don't hate you. It's just sad that you feel that way, where you opposed what I was saying to take back your subscription. That's all I'm saying. And I think that's just, that's handling it poorly, because I wouldn't do that to somebody. And like Marvelous addressed a lot of these issues where I guess she dealt with it with humor. She was laughing about it because it's best not to get upset, but she got five
Yeah.
thumbs down for that.
Oh
She
wow.
got five thumbs down. And the thing is, there are a lot of people who don't like that because the truth alienates people, but they're the same ones saying, well, we want
Very
to know
true.
this and you should do this. You should tell us the truth. But when we do, you get upset at us for it. You can't have it both ways. And that's kind of a problem in these YouTube streets also. Like when you say things that people need to know, they're ready to take back their subscription or insult you. Like First Call, I was in her LS yesterday, and she was
Yeah.
explaining to me that she left a comment under one of Pepe's videos, and the guy beneath her said he didn't like her, just because whatever was the video was pertaining to. And that's how hate is on these YT streets. So you are right, Mel. You do have to have thick skin to survive this. YouTube streets are a jungle.
That's so true. That's why we saw some content creators. You see them, like they do a video, or maybe they were streaming and they talked about a very important topic, and then people start bashing them, and then they come back and they are all like so upset and just swearing and cursing people. I tell people, do not worry. For example, I did a video about Wendy Williams, and if you check that video, people cursed me out. One, I didn't delete the comments. I replied all the comments and everything, because I did a video about Wendy Williams, and I'm someone that I've been watching this lady for a very long time. I like her vibe. I like she's just wild, but sometimes she's just very disrespectful. You know Wendy Williams, the way she talks. You know, so I noticed that every time she has something to say about Africa, she's always very degrading. She always likes to put Africa down, like once she made a comment of let us, like we the black Americans, let's just imagine if they would tell us to go back to motherland. She was like, never in her life would she go there. What is she going to go? Like talking like we live on trees and mud houses and things like that. So many times she has said things about Africa that really doesn't make sense. If she's talking about an African person, she will always try to put in something and all that. So there's this guy that is called Magic Mike. I really don't. I think Magic Mike, or was it Magic? What is his name, Seth? I don't even know. Some weird name he has. A Nigerian celebrity. He just likes to do weird things. So he went to a wedding with what 7 or 10 pregnant ladies, and he was trending that time. I don't know if you saw that video. A lot of people
Wow.
talked about it also. So Wendy Williams wanted to talk about the video, she went ahead and insulted all the men and women in Africa, talking about how African men are allowed to marry so many wives. That's because African women don't have respect, or something along the lines, respect for themselves, or something of sort. And I was like, how can you just sit down there in the US and spit this nonsense? Have you done your research? Do you know what is behind this whole thing? It is part of the culture. It is part of the culture that you are allowed to marry up to 10 women. So you cannot say that African women do not have respect. And when I was doing the video, I was explaining it, and I said, coming from a woman that her husband cheated on you, and your husband cheated on you, and not only cheated on you, used your money to sponsor that lady, and had a child with the lady, and had a child with the lady, and all that. So people came and said, Bashida, why are I saying this? And I said, here you are as a Wendy Williams fan bashing me because I just bashed her. Did the same thing that she used to do to so many people, even American celebrities. She always cusses out anybody she wants to. She calls you any name she wants. She calls the Kardashians people that are not smart. And now, because somebody's doing the same thing to her, you're here insulting me. And I said to them, I said, this is actually good for my channel because one, you're commenting. So even if we're not agreeing, when you say to me, I will come back and say to you, you say something else, I will reply you. That way my video is being very busy, and that video got a whole lot of views. So one thing I always advise people that they should not take things to heart, because on YT you will meet different characters. People will always disagree with you. People don't have to agree to everything you say. Yeah. So over to you, Brown Mix.
Mel, first of all, I'm not a fan of Wendy Williams. I always look at any celebrity like I enjoy their artistry. I'm not a fan of them. I don't personally know these people. And the only person I worship, which isn't a person, is God. I don't bow to none of these celebrities because they have more money than me. If you say something against them and it's valid, the first thing somebody that's a fan of them says, oh, you're jealous, you're broke. I understand that envy keeps pockets empty. I'm not about money. I don't do YouTube for money. I do this to genuinely help people and help them get ahead the best way I know how. Because I know that at the end of it, I always put myself last because God's going to bless me regardless. That's how I've always lived my life, especially being humbled after almost losing my life, being a hurricane survivor. And I'm pretty sure you know about Hurricane Maria. So the thing is, here in Puerto Rico, I have a lot to live for. I live content. I don't settle for mediocrity. But if this was all that I'm destined to have by God's choice, I can live with that. Now, as far as Wendy Williams goes, this woman has made a career out of taking people down, potentially ruining their lives and talking about them while having maybe more problems than some of the people that she talks down about, which is ironic. So I'm not really a fan of her. I just look at it like the audience too kind of can play a role in that problem too, because we are at fault for making these people celebrities and making them succeed. Like, I don't want to see nobody not prosper, but I don't want to see somebody prosper if they're ruining the lives of others. I used to watch TMZ a lot, especially when I was in high school. But when I started understanding more, these people are really talking about people's lives, and the things they're saying can really be detrimental to the lives of those they're referring to. Like, I stopped watching it immediately because I don't care how much money they'll pay you or they offer you. Are you going to take that money to talk about somebody's life knowing it may potentially ruin their life or their image? Like, everybody has a reputation to abide by. And like my About Me says in YouTube, I don't really have to detail it because those are the things I am. I'm a philosopher, if anything. I philosophize, not prophesize. And just like this video, I observe this LS, and if it gets a dislike, it's probably going to be because of what we're saying, and it's truthful. Like what you just said about Wendy, there are Wendy fans everywhere. So if they come across this LS, it'll get a thumbs down, most likely because of what you said. Like, Wendy is a hypocrite because she's making her money off of doing things everyday people do, gossip and drama. You don't even have to be connected to drama between two people, yet somehow your name can be put in it, and then you get dragged into it, not by your choice. But that's what facets of pop culture is all about. Hollywood makes its money off of drama, sex, drugs, things of that nature. I don't support none of that. I do drink occasionally, don't get me wrong, but I'm responsible about it. I do literally take that drink responsibly to heart. So I'll have drinks like 2 times every 7 months, which is never. But as far as Wendy, I feel like this: if you can put out everybody's drama and everything, don't get upset when they do it to you, because you've given them room to talk about you, because it's all fair game. You can't talk about somebody and not expect them to respond. You don't have to, be somebody that likes drama, but at some point in your life, whether you're famous or not, you do have to address some things because people will slander your name out here.
That's very true. And this something you said. You mentioned about the hurricane. I feel like if you're someone that you've really gone through something that actually hit you hard, you come back looking at life different from people that have not really experienced anything, you know. So when you talk, sometimes people feel like you're being too hard. Take it easy, you don't need to say these things or this and that. Okay, for example, yesterday Tiwa Savage and Shay Shay, you would have seen the videos on YouTube, like they're trending now, like their fights. They fought in a salon, they were exchanging words and cussing out each other. And they're both female artists, from Nigeria. So she said something that actually hit me, and I was thinking, what the heck is this lady doing? Okay, so it seemed like the other lady was accusing her of trying to take her man or trying to block avenues that she will get brand deals or any future with other musical artists in Nigeria or outside. So she said, when she was trying to say she has not said anything about that lady, she said, if I have ever said anything about you, let God take my child. And she has just one child. And I don't know, that child, maybe he's around maybe 6 years, 5, or just a small boy. And she said, let God take my child. And I was thinking, I was like, what this lady said doesn't make sense. How can you swear on the life of your own child just because you're trying to prove a point? One, you've not said anything. Say it that way. If she believes you, that's fine. If she doesn't, that's okay. But people were so focused on other things, and I didn't see people stressing and calling her out for saying something like that. As a mom, I would never swear on the head of my daughter. What do you think about that, Proud Mix?
First and foremost, I never swear to God about anything. I mean, you're not supposed to do that, especially like even people do that to their deceased mothers. I put this on my mother's grave, which is common. I don't think that's okay neither because that's disrespectful to the fallen. No matter if they're a friend, family, I've lost both. Everybody has, but I'm never gonna swear to God on a situation that really can be resolved by two people that claim they're mature and that they claim to be adults. Like with the music industry too, like I look at everywhere, wherever you are in the world, when artists are having an issue with one another and they like to claim this title, king or queen, you can't be neither one because you're too busy tearing each other down, which is where you have to start. Like, sit down at a table, talk about your differences. Even if you walk away from that situation non-mediated, sometimes you'll get a better understanding where, okay, we're not going to be the best friends and hanging out together after this, but at least we were able to sit down and explain our differences, where we stand, whether it be politics. Like I explained to Marvelous, I try to understand the politics everywhere. I'm slightly familiar with what's going on in Nigeria. Like I explained to her, though, I'm not a fan of politics because politics is a business first. It's about money. And politics has no respect for women. It doesn't. No matter where you are in the world, where do you see a woman leading any charge? You don't. And that's not coincidental. It's for a reason. So, like I said, Marvelous, as a woman, I'm like, politics doesn't have no respect for you either. Our voice really doesn't matter because you always see where we are, we're supposed to be silenced. That's why you have continents and countries under tyranny where you don't get to speak at all. So what you just said about those two women is sad because instead of elevating one another, you're doing what everybody outside wants to see you do for their entertainment. And sometimes this ends up leading to a tragedy, which is a problem too. Like, it's not that serious. You guys are in the same profession for the same reason. You love your fans, you love what you do, you love your artistry, but you can't stand each other, and you have more in common with each other than you'll even know because you won't sit down and talk to each other and try to understand. So, like I said, if somebody was to call me every name under the sun, which I've experienced racism at first hand also. I just like, it's easy for me now because I'm humbled, especially after being a survivor of that experience. I've always looked at it now, especially like, I'll just pray for you, God reduce your ignorance. And I hope he can help you understand more than I can because go to church, try to get a cleansing, spiritual cleansing. I'm trying to get closer to God. Here and there you will hear me swear in my live streams, but I'm really trying to tone that down too because it's not healthy for me. And the tongue is the most dangerous weapon that gets people killed. That's why I said in the end of my last video that I posted, sometimes silence is the best weapon, but also sometimes you do have to address things because you're not gonna let nobody walk on you like a staircase, and you have to let them know, I am gonna defend and stand up for myself because I don't expect nobody else to do it. And most of this world is self-preserved, which is a problem too. Everybody cares about me. You know, I've been told I'm too unselfish at times, but I'd rather be considerate and know that I'm genuinely trying to help others than me make it about me when this population is about all of us, even if we can't stand each other. So I just pray for those two women that you refer to, and hopefully sometime in the near future they can find a common bridge, because if not, it's going to hurt them both collectively.
That's very correct. You know, when you talked about the power of the tongue and swearing. Growing up, my dad will always say, "Don't swear." No, like if you swear in the house, you get punished. That's for sure. Because he said, "Don't ever say, okay." If somebody asks, "Who took this stuff?" You say, "I didn't." I didn't. I said, "I think it's you," and you say, "True to God." You know, we always say that, "True to God, I didn't take it." You get punished. Don't ever say. Don't. He always tell you, do not say the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Don't just say his name for things that are not serious when you don't have to say his name. You didn't take it, say you did not take it. They want to believe you, let them. But as far as your conscience is clear that you did not do what you've been accused of, let it end there. Do not bring God into things that are not necessary. Okay. And he bought us when I was in high school. He bought there's this book. I don't remember who wrote that book, but it's called The Power of the Tongue. He bought it for all his children, and it was a must that you must read the book. So he wanted each and every one of us to read this book and understand why we should be careful, because the tongue has power. So you should be very mindful of what you say. So I remember when I went to university and I had friends, and sometimes they would say certain things, and I would tell them, I said, don't say these things because they're not good. Sometimes I get bashed, like, I hear words like I'm acting like I'm perfect. As I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm just saying I was taught not to swear with the name of God when I don't have to. So if I tell you I didn't do something, you say I did it, I'm not gonna swear. They say swear, swear. I said, no, I'm not gonna swear. And then it's like, okay, you're guilty. So what do you think, Proud Mix?
Like me, one of my hashtags on my last video and throughout my community tab is wisdom is immortal. I believe the only thing in this world is regarding immortality is wisdom, because we can expand it. King Solomon proved this. That's why he's one of my favorite figures from the Bible, because he asked God for wisdom. I mean, he had a lapse in judgment, yes, but what human hasn't? You know, that's part of us. As far as intelligence, people get upset sometimes because the way you deliver whatever you say and the context of the message you're trying to convey. It's about tone. I mean, if you're not going to say it, somebody else is going to say it for you, maybe in a more abrasive manner. It depends. Everybody's different. I just try to get to people to understand. I'm not saying what I'm saying isn't far-fetched, because if I didn't have no type of facts what I was talking about, I wouldn't say it at all, because I'm making myself look bad. And you can't be fake woke. You're either utilizing the intelligence God gave you or you're not. And the brain is a terrible thing to waste. How many of us have heard that as kids growing up? Like, you display what you know because it's valuable. You can help somebody if they want to be helped. But at the same time, you got to understand, you helping them great, they hate you for it. Some people will feel prideful. Pride is the devil. Oh, I don't want your help, but you just asked me and I went out of my way to help you the best way I can. Now you hate me for it. When you just asked me for help, which I always say, I have a theory. Irony is the boyfriend to karma, because karma, people expect it. Well, if I did dirt to somebody, it's gonna hit me right away. It don't work like that. Karma can hurt somebody else you love and make them pay for something you did when it's really not their fault. It's the nightstick of justice. That's how it works. And a lot of people don't want to have these discussions, but they'll claim the title "I'm real" to a bunch of strangers, and you may be able to sell them that. But like I said, I'm a realist, and I actually live and abide by those morals. I'm somebody that likes to consider myself as a man of virtue, values, and morals. That's how I was brought up. And I try to follow those principles the best way that I can through my mother and father. Most of what I know, I learned from my mother. That doesn't make me a mama's boy. I'm proud to have learned both set of skills from both parents. The martial arts thing comes from my father more so. That's why I'm in a place where I feel like I can open up slightly and share things about my experience as a kid growing up. And I'm happy to do that. But I also understand while I'm doing that, center stage gives the open space for somebody to judge me, because instead of being opinionated, more people feel that it's their right to judge you more than they try to understand and give their opinion about where you're coming from. And that's where I think the disconnect lies within us all. You know, money separates us because you got more money than me. You can talk down to me. I don't think that's fair, but nothing about life is fair, just like it's not fair who lives and who dies. I think the media, the news media, is at fault for that because they pick and choose what death matters. And just like what you said about Wendy Williams, shitting, pardon the language, shitting on the continent of Africa. Africa is entrenched with many riches and a lot of strong history. Like one of my favorite songs is it's called Black Girl Pain by Talib Kweli, which means I'm a student and I'm a seeker in Swahili. You know, he did a song with a South African rapper named Jean Grey, and she was talking about Swazi girls and the pellets, you know, pain. I really love that song because people that's ignorant like Wendy need to listen to that, because she is one of the women that Jean is referring to, but she gets money degrading her sisters and don't even realize it. And it's actually sad when you understand you're tearing down your sisters, but you only care about the money that has blood all over it more than you love your scarred sisters. That's why I can't support Wendy Williams. I have no respect and no regard for her, because I'm like, you don't even understand what you're saying. And she thinks it's funny. So does the audience. So those sisters of hers that sit in the audience, they are just as at fault for her, for the decline and disconnect that women have with one another, just like men are. To see men in the audience too, it's not even about gender. If you're a fan of her and you support her, that's your thing. I'm just not really gonna do it because I look at everything complex. I'm not gonna support one of our sisters that's tearing down her relatives and she don't even understand it. And if she does, that's actually worse, because the only thing you care about is money.
Okay. Trying to take down the volume of the TV. Yeah, it's really true. And I think one thing that people really need to understand is this thing you said about karma, that sometimes it doesn't really hit you, because a lot of people feel like, okay, because it's you that is doing it, I don't care. When the karma will come, it will be you. But it's not always like that. Sometimes it hits someone else that is around you and not you exactly. So people really need to understand things and be more careful in life. So the more people have discussions like this, the more people will learn from things like this. But I feel like the world is such in a place that the people prefer to talk about things that are not really, really important, or things that are not that important, and they ignore the things that people should really discuss, just because, okay, that might get you more views, more people might come and listen to that thing that you're saying, that at the end of the day they won't benefit anything from what they spend so many hours focusing their time on. So I don't know how the world is now almost gravitating towards everything negative instead of everything positive. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, Wendy is a perfect example of this. Like, the first thing people say to you, like I alluded to earlier, if you say something against the artist they like or somebody that's a celebrity fame, if they say, well, you're jealous because they're broke, you focus on money. And if money has taught us anything, these celebrities show this. The only time that money's good for them is, well, I get to flash the things that I rent. First of all, we don't own anything. We don't even own our own souls. And second, when people say they sell them, uh, your soul's not yours to sell. And money, if anything, keeps a bunch of false worshipers around you. Because if you do go broke, those people will only show and symbolize they never were there with you while they were around you to begin with. So this leads back to action. Money can only keep people around you for what you can do for them. And you're only good for them because you can potentially help them with their dividends, or you're getting dividends yourself. So you can pay them off and say, oh, this is my friend. While they smile in your face, they really envy you. And Michael Jackson, rest in peace, he did a song called Money, and it was one of my favorites. It didn't get no radio airplay, but that's because the message within the song, and he mentioned a lot of men in the end of that song for a reason, because a lot of people don't earn money with dignity, and the way they get it, that's their business. But I can respect somebody if they get it in a crooked sense, like under dubious circumstances. I have no respect for that, because every man or woman can go to work. Every man or woman has a talent. They just don't really utilize it, and they don't even try to find it in themselves. Like, I only fear God. That doesn't make me sound like I'm trying to be a tough guy, but I always tell anybody, when I step outside of my house and I have to go take care of things, God is my sword and salvation and my shield. You know, He gets me through these days. I don't even know if tomorrow's coming. I don't even know if I'll make it through this day today. But I know that God is always going to deliver to come through for me, where He's going to love you all the time, where the people you keep around you, some of them never loved you. And I mean, that's just being honest. When people say, I keep it real, but got a problem with the truth being said, you can't have it both ways. You have to understand the truth is good, is healthy for you. And getting out your personals, even though I understand what the Bible's saying, confess your sins to no man, but we do have to talk about some things. We do have to tell people stuff. You just don't tell people everything, because there's some questions that you just don't ask people. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're hiding anything. But I think social media is at fault for that too, especially in relationships. If you're somebody that's strictly advocate for privacy, that's your right. You're entitled to that. But the latter is gonna feel, oh, you're hiding something. And that's social media's fault, because it's like a marriage between Jay-Z and Beyonce. If you're constantly looking over your partner's shoulder and their phone, you clearly don't trust them. And I know trust is a huge ingredient for a relationship to work. That's why I said, my wife to be and I, first call was telling me a lot of things that make sense. Like, you don't live with this person yet. So once you get with them, you're going to really get to see a lot of things you didn't during that duration you were talking to them. And she said a lot of truths, but I also explained to my wife to be like, if we can't really be bluntly honest with each other, then we're not doing our part as, partners. Like, sometimes, I mean, every relationship is gonna have its ups and downs. That's just the way it is. We've had ours. I've never had any questions about marrying her though, but like I said, we have our issues, but sometimes we don't talk as much because that works for us. Everybody needs their space here and there, so you don't seem like you're suffocating your other half. And I think that's fair, instead of arguing, because arguments a lot of times prove nothing. Just because you yell the loudest doesn't mean you have a cogent argument. It's best to just try to talk and resolve. And if you can't, take a walk, revisit the conversation. If it doesn't work, just try to switch conversation into something else, and just pray for the best. But I always say, like I told first call, regardless, I know that God's with me through everything. So that allows me to, alleviate the stress that I actually experience. And that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I'm like Banner Ghost at this point. I don't want to seem like I'm talking too much.
You're not talking too much. We're learning. It's a conversation that we need to have. As I always tell people, I said, when you call yourself a content creator, doesn't mean all you have to do is put out, sit in front of the camera and just film something and not think about what can people learn, or is my content impacting people the right way. So for me, I feel like I want to try my best to actually discuss, if I can, discuss things that are very important, that I know somebody will learn one or two things from. Okay, not only fitness, fitness, fitness all the time. Also, when I can, I will talk about things that I feel is important. Although I know that so many times people don't want to listen, but I feel like there are people that might come across that content and they will like, wow, this is what I want to hear. because you never know what someone is going through in their life. Sorry, I was feeding my little one, giving her lunch. So you never know what people are
Oh, I
going through
understand.
in their life. So yes, it's always very good that we share the knowledge that we have. And at this point, that so many people just want to be on social media and not take time to research on anything, it becomes even more difficult because people are not taking their time to do research just as people used to do before. And that brings me back to this YT stuff, what we were talking about, because so many people out there don't know what is going on and they're not willing to learn. And even when you try to tell them, just as you say, they get upset, they unsubscribe from your channel, or they go ahead and they give you thumbs down and they just leave your stream just because you're telling them the truth, you know?
Yes. That's, I mean, and that's the problem too. You can't have it both ways. And that's what it leads to. You want the truth, you're asking for it, but you just don't like the way I deliver it. That's why I say I'm not going to be apologetic for telling people what they're asking for and that they really do need to know. And because, it just proved like people can buy monetization, which has factored in the laziness factor. You know what? You rather not go through the process and work because YouTube is like a job to some people. Even Vanessa said that on her other stream when she was working towards getting monetized on her other channel. And I'm happy to see her, doing a second channel and still giving the room and outlet space to others to help them grow and understand the fundamentals of YT so we can all get to where we aspire to be on here. And it's nice to do that. But like I said with Nessa, the thing is with her, I enjoy the topics in her streams. I just think a person like a dominant man or anybody else who comes in there with something that has nothing to do with whatever's being discussed, that can sometimes kind of kill the vibe. And that's what, like I said, what Mira was saying about that situation. If I see that, I think me just appearing like a ghost is the best thing because I'm like, I don't surround myself with negativity. I don't. And she's a married woman, like you were explaining to him when he came up there with the threats, which wasn't okay because you don't start off a formal introduction by threatening anybody, let alone a woman. How can you call yourself a man first and foremost? And I'm not degrading this guy. I don't even know him. I'm just saying I don't agree with what his ethics were when he displayed whatever he had to say because it sounded like he was muffled. He had the mic, his hand covering the mic. So I got what he said, but it's just I didn't like that. That's why I stepped down. And like I explained to Vanessa, I'm not telling you how to maneuver, but if you are only given options to get rid of this guy, that's telling you right there he's violated some sort of rules. And I always look at profile photos. I don't know if it's a rope or a belt that's his profile picture, but that's disturbing. That kind of reminds me of what Bentu,
Yeah,
my
I think
son.
it's a rope. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that reminded me of what Bentu, Nessa, and myself were discussing in the stream that day that happened before you came. We were talking about domestic violence, and Bentu was saying how a lot of women like that, and that's true. 50 Shades of Grey actually showed this, and I know that's a movie, but every joke contains some form of truth. There are women who sign contracts to be bondage, experience bondage, BDSM, things of that nature, where that's not love, that's perversity. And I think that's kind of where he might, find enjoyment in it. Like I explained to him, as a man, I don't play with my wife like that. And, he said to me, every man lives his life how he wants. That's true. I'm not discrediting that. I'm saying I can't sit around a bunch of men and joke like that because, that's not even something I would say as a kid or in my young teenage years. Um, it's just like men who treat women with respect. A lot of us get looked at as we're soft, we're nice guys. I always think about it first. I have a mother, and I would get upset if a man treated her like that. So why would I treat my wife like that? And guys like him always say to guys like me, well, it's not the same thing. Sure it is. They're both women. What's not common about that? So that's why I said him saying whatever he was saying to Nessa, I'm like, dude, she's a married woman. Have some respect. But a lot of times, respect means nothing to guys like that. And it's not just him, it's a million guys out there like that. The problem with social media is, like I told Minister Charity last night, it has free access to anybody. And when you have nothing but negative on it, they're going to take advantage of it. That's why when he appears in Nessa streams, it's it's like his messages towards her in the chat are like private. It's directed privately. Oh, I'm expecting you to drop a video. And if my wife doesn't or a woman doesn't do what I say, I'm gonna spank her. I'm gonna outline this new set of rules. It's ridiculous. I don't agree with that, but his name speaks for itself. It's self-explanatory, and his profile photo symbolizes the lifestyle he lives. And I'm pretty sure there are some women that he's probably done this to. So that's what he knows.
Exactly. He's so bold. And for me, I just wonder um Whitey had actually not picked on someone like that, because he's been on this platform for so long, from her first channel to now this one, and he keeps talking about all these things that violate their laws. That's why sometimes I don't understand what Whitey does. They are so quick in giving people strike and dropping people's channel, but then you see people that come on your platform and put this type of comments, and you cannot fish them out with your computer and then punish them and throw them out from your platform. I don't get it with Whitey sometimes. Over to you, Proud Mix.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Sometimes I think with the YouTube factor, sometimes it's okay with certain people saying certain things. And this has been proven too. Like there are a lot of people who violate the rules, and you would think that they wouldn't even have a channel by that time because of the things that they've done or the things they've said. Like I've never violated any rules. The situation I explained to you guys earlier about my stance on COVID and the pandemic and vaccines, that was the only experience I ever had. And I've been on YouTube since the summer of 2018. So like with Vanessa, I'm not one of her day one supporters, even on her original channel. I didn't know that he was following her then. But social media gives a lot of access to creeps. I mean, that's just kind of the thing. And one thing I don't like about YT also is you don't know who's watching you. It'll tell you 3 or 4 people are in the bushes. It's kind of an uncomfortable thing for me because I'm like, I don't know if a killer or somebody that has a title is watching on the opposite screen. That makes me a little bit nervous because it's just like the same goes for them. I'm pretty sure and a lot of people exchange this thought. YouTube needs to give us a way that we can see who's watching us because it's a little bit nerve wracking. But there are a lot of things YouTube can do, like fix this imposter problem. Because I told Marvelous and Bentu and Joyce World, because Joyce World is another person this happened to, where you know you're not gonna want to roll too much because you're questioning who's who. And these people like Lady B Varieties is another YouTuber that talked about this, and Unique Lady P, they talked about this problem because this happened to them. And it makes you like, well, I don't want to roll with a hacker or a scammer. That's why it's good YouTube does the clean sweep every 3 to 4 months, because when you see like a link in the comment section that a bot left, most likely if somebody clicks on that, it leads to their channel getting hacked. So, and because comments can be considered spam too, especially if it has nothing to do with whatever happened in the video, it's best for you to delete those comments right away in your studio, because spam hurts the channel. That's why it's the same thing in your emails. So if this helps anybody in the chat for who's here or who's listening, then be sure to clear out all your spams and avoid this.
Truly, I feel like there's so much that Whitey can do that they are not really taking into consideration. Or I don't know if they expect the content creators to do it themselves, because there are so many weirdos. I'm talking about this topic of when you're streaming like this, they tell you you have maybe one person watching you, two persons, like now it's showing me three persons. But by the time you end your stream, you discover that you really have more than that. They're telling you pick, and you're like, what the heck? I didn't see that number when I was streaming. So really, I think if they will make it in a way that you see people that are coming in, you will know, you know, what's going on your stream.
That's true. I mean, a lot of times some people don't even pay attention to it at all. They just continue on with the stream. I just tell anybody, I mean, because like after the last few streams I did, I gained a few subscribers from it, and I'm grateful. The thing is, sometimes people play back the stream too because they don't like what they heard, like earlier in the chat, whatever it was referring to. So it's just like it's unfortunate, but you really can't argue with truth, even if you stand against it and want to combat it. If we're saying something true about someone you like regarding your favorite YouTuber or artist, it needs to be addressed. That's fine. You can dislike the video. Like I've told people, nobody's immune from dislikes. I don't think dislikes necessarily mean hate. Sometimes that's, I guess, their way of showing you, well, I don't agree with what you said, because they don't want to, I guess they don't want to step in the chat and kind of give their thoughts. So they rather just give you a thumbs down. And like I said about this LS, it's not jinxing, but I feel like if it gets a thumbs down, it's because of a lot of the truth that was stated in here. And, that's just kind of the thing that some people get to let them, let bother them rather. And it's okay to get a thumbs down because it still counts as a view. You just stay humble about it. You don't be cocky. Like people, I've seen people say, well, I don't care if I got a thumbs down. This video is the best thing that ever happened to YouTube. That's why I'm confident. I'm not cocky. A lot of times though, the thumbs down is gonna happen. I have a few of them. That's life. You cannot please everybody. And no matter what the topic is, like Blessings was saying yesterday, I'm pretty sure any video she posted regarding any celebrity drama or rest in peace to the prophet TB Joshua, things of that nature, when you're talking about stuff like that, you're going to see more than one dislike, especially if whatever perspective you've given, you don't have the facts. And that's what a lot of people watch to come after. Like some people don't watch videos to appreciate the content. They watch for things you say. This way they can be ready to trigger that thumbs down.
Going on? Can you hear me? Hello, Pradmix, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, because I'm looking on the other screen and it seems like I'm not moving. I think it's the network as I'm changing position in the house. You're really right. Sometimes thumbs down is not all about hate. The way people look at it. Sometimes it's because of the topic you're discussing, and people tend, yeah, reddish, yeah, reddish, yeah. People tend to always support like someone that they love, mostly if it's a celebrity or if it's a priest or whatever, if it's someone that they look, all these public figures, someone that they look up to, even if that person is doing something that is wrong, that you can see that is wrong, they still will not admit it. So if you would discuss about that person and point out those things that the person did that is wrong, for sure they're going to give you thumbs down on that video, just because in their mind you are against the person that they love.
Rabbit. Rabbit. Rabbit.
No.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like, regarding the thumbs down. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, something went wrong with my mic for a minute. But far as the thumbs down, I don't think nobody should really let it bother them because that's gonna happen to everybody on here. Even if you're the most passive person, like YouTube, really, it just comes after people for no reason. Like somebody can tell you that they dislike you, but they don't have a valid reason or reason at all. They just don't like the way you look or the way you talk or the way you dress, whatever. And I think in these YT streets, that's common too. Like sometimes you can ask somebody, well, why do you dislike this person? And if you really analyze their answer, a lot of times it's like you dislike them for nothing. Because I can't hate somebody I don't even know, somebody I don't support. I may have been recommended to just to see their content and see if it's going to be something I like or not. But there's a lot of YouTubers that I'm not really fond of. I don't say I dislike them because I don't personally know them, but I don't go to their channels looking to, hate any of their videos or say, well, they suck, they're not my cup of tea. Like I just won't watch it or I won't click it in the search browser. Um, and in the YT streets, that's constant. So especially when you're posting videos about somebody's favorite celebrity and they don't like what you're saying, you're gonna get a lot of dislikes because they're not really listening to what you're saying. And if they are, sometimes they misinterpret what you're saying because they love a celebrity so much that they don't even know them. It's like if you say something bad about Wendy Williams, a fan of Wendy will go and call their mama and tell them, oh, well, they just talked about my favorite celebrity. Like, it's not that serious, man.
My network is just so, as I was saying,
Yeah, I think it's the network. Because, I mean, here in the
this
Caribbean,
all of a sudden they're just going to go ahead, probably. God, no, my
oh, I'm
network here, I
sorry.
think it's misbehaving.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think, yeah, because that's
No,
been
it's the network.
happening to
That's
me
why
too.
it's the network. Yeah. Well, this is weird. I don't know. It
Yeah, the
keeps
network.
booting from this my side. I don't know.
Yeah, this has been happening. And then too, it's been really hot these last few days. Like sometimes that can mess with the
I was like,
searches.
most people that
I hear what you're saying. It's just, I know what you're saying, the network.
yeah, I don't understand why this network will not even allow me say what I want to say. Okay, what I wanted to say, let me quickly say it now that it's kind of stable. People that most people like their way public figure, and I always
Yeah, I think it's StreamYard or the network.
yeah, they just showed me stuff and they told me to move closer to my router. So I'm just going to sit on the corridor. So it's closer to the router. Let's see if this will work better. Okay. Yeah, it's full now. Okay, as I was saying, I was like, it's amazing how all these people that are supporting celebrities and public figures, they don't defend their family members the way they defend all these public figures. And immediately you mention the name of this, they will start bashing you, insulting you, insult your generation, lay curses on you. But if you were talking about somebody in their family, or if someone comes to their family to insult someone, they will not even bother to say anything, or they will just have only few words. And I'm like, how is it that you can defend someone that you don't know, someone that you don't live with, you're not close to, so you're not even opportune to see that person 24/7, so you can actually understand. They only show you what they want you to know about them. And now you think that you know them so much that you start fighting other people that are actually saying the truth about those people, It's really strange.
Yeah, that's true. I don't get it. I mean, I've never looked at it like that. I'm like, I don't know these people personally, and I can separate them from their artistry where a lot of them, because again, one thing that I can't remember was celebrity said this, but he's right. You don't, what do you need talent for? I mean, what do you need a gimmick for if you have natural talent? And that's true. Like, a lot of these people are so caught up in the image they portray, they can't differentiate who they actually are in real life when it comes down to it. Because any interview they engage in, they're a celebrity. They're not being their government self, their birth self. And I just think, far as these fans, a lot of times the fans are the reason why a lot of hate is directed towards the celebrities they like, because these fans make these celebrities out to be saints as if they don't make any mistakes, and they're all on Hollywood always smiling like they don't have problems behind closed doors, because we all do. The only difference is in Hollywood, it's talked about like, people look at us like, oh, you're nobody. That's the first thing they say to you if you're talking about celebrity. Well, you're nobody. And I just respond, I'm somebody because God put me here. You know, just like when somebody exchanges their like or dislike to one another, I've never personally been told I don't like you. So I can't really relate. But if it ever comes to that, my response to that is just, well, God loves me and God put me here. So it doesn't matter if you like me or not. That doesn't mean that I'm arrogant. It's just me letting them know I am somebody because I'm physically in existence. I'm not nobody. And whether you think that or not, it's irrelevant to me. It's what God thinks. That's why when people say, well, I don't care about this, if you didn't care, we wouldn't be discussing that you don't care. So you actually care. That's how you have to really set people straight. Like, you're not really trying to start an issue with them. You just have to make people really reiterate what they're saying, because I always said anybody that comes with hate is like a smoke screen. Those fade away like the people that it comes from. And the world's full of that. So it's just like love is always gonna be victorious over hate, just like the truth will always defeat a lie and a liar who's telling it.
That's very true. That's very true. And I think the earlier people start saying things in this way, it's actually better. Because when you said this about something about money, that reminded me of something that happened many years ago. We were at an event. So there was this lady that her dad was actually a politician, and she's so rude. And she said something to a group of women that were old enough to be her mom. And I was like, okay, knowing like we African women really don't tolerate nonsense or the number. So I expected them to, give it to her. If he's not taking you, you're gonna receive some kind of slap like the French president. So but they didn't say anything just because her dad was this very famous man with lots of money. And then I called her out. And then after calling her out, people were like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Do you know who her dad is? And my question is, what is my business with her dad? What is the worst thing he's going to do? Call the police to arrest me? And what did I do? Your child did something bad. I called your child out, and then you want to arrest me? Okay, arrest me. family people will come and bail me, but at least I will sleep well at night, knowing fully well that I was able to stand up for people that I don't know why they did not speak their mind. But I feel because the event had to do with that family and they were expecting at the end of the day they will all receive brown envelopes. So nobody wanted to offend anyone in the family just so they can receive their brown envelope at the end of the day when they are leaving the event. So people were like, go and apologize. And I said, what? Actually, that person needs to go and apologize to the person that the people that she just insulted, and don't expect me to say anything to that person. I said, me, forget it. Heaven knows that I'm not going to say any word to this person. You understand? So sometimes I just wonder why people, the respect that people give to money and to people that are kind of wealthy, I think it's uncalled for. That's just what I think. What's your take?
Hold on a second, Mel.
Okay. Okay, Hans Kitchen said that's so true. Amara said I'm cooking, but I'm still here. Yeah, right. So I'm still here. I'm cooking. Yeah. Thank you very much, Amara, for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm grateful. Hans Kitchen. Hans Kitchen said thanks, Doc. Yes. Hans Kitchen says so true. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're just discussing about things in life and how people react towards celebrities and all that. It's just strange. Or public figures.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, promise.
No, the thing is though, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. Like, you got to stand up for what you believe in. And yeah, I'm not gonna be okay with one person. I don't give a damn how much power they think they have, who their family is. What gives them the right to talk down to a bunch of people and degrade them? At the end of the day, if you can't stand up, somebody in that crowd is gonna do it for you, and you can't be mad at them for doing it. Because I look at sometimes the things we say, people hate us for the fact that we said it and they didn't. And it's just kind of like you really can't be mad at us for thinking that you were going to say what we said, but you just don't like that we said it. And the problem with celebrity figures or people with money is that everybody that doesn't have money like that gives them too much power. And you know what? I'm not Jesus, but I agree with what he said. You don't have any power over me unless given from up above. So I think you just have to let people know, you know what, you don't have any power. The only reason you think that is because everybody else is used to part of the language, Mel, but you know what? I'm not an ass kisser. You know, that's not what I'm gonna do. That's what people do. Everybody with money is gonna actually have you doing that if you allow them to. And a lot of times they got this false sense of power. Like politicians have no real power. Why? Because they make decisions. And a lot of the decisions they make have so much of an impact that hurts us. And they continue living a false prosperous lifestyle because they're taking our tax-paying dollars into their trips or wherever they go, and it's not to do anything regarding infrastructure. The problem is with donations, for example, they're okay with stealing from a baby who's got to get water from the road in a puddle because they can't afford fresh, clean water. And when they tell us, well, donate your money, we don't know that our money's really going to where you say. That's why we rather take the donations physically. And when we do that, you tell us that we can't, or you get it's a problem. So that's why I say that's one thing I can respect about a guy like Michael Jackson, rest in peace. He took those donations to Europe. And you know what? Though he's from the States in North America, you know what? People in Europe, those people showed him more love than the people that he's born around. That's what's sad about that whole thing. You would rather take from a baby with their ribs showing than actually give them a good meal to eat. And that's my problem with the system. That's why I told not Mel, you, Marvelous, I don't like politics because they're not doing anything in favor of us. The odds are never in your favor if you're not part of the system, and they do it to each other. The elite is like a wolf pack. They eat their own.
It's true, really true, really, really true. And that also brings me back to something else that's happening in Nigeria now about this Prophet TB Joshua that you even mentioned that just passed on. I noticed that a whole lot of people that call themselves, can you stop screaming? A lot of people that call a lot of people that call themselves men of God or they believe in God, they are Christians, they are now coming out to bash this man. And I'm just thinking, the man is dead already, and some people are saying they are happy that he's dead. And I'm saying, how can you be a believer? But at the same time, I'm not saying this guy was a saint, but this the Bible that we believe in tell us that we should not judge, we should leave God to judge everybody. So if we're leaving God to judge, why do you call yourself a man of God, but at the same time you're saying you are glad that someone else is dead, even if he was a sinner, whatever he was, they say he's a false prophet? Do you think it is right for this? And what is the example that they are teaching to the unbelievers when men of God come out now to rejoice over the death of another man of God that just passed on?
That I feel, who are we to say what the man was or what he believed in? And again, I mean, there's a actual saying, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, every loser has to win, and every winner has to lose someday. And the thing is, it's envy. Envy lies within that statement. And a lot of guys that share the same prophets or religious figures, a lot of times the competition lies within them too. I don't like the fact that he's so highly regarded where I'm not, and we're saying the same message. It's really about hate and disconnection. Now that he's gone, there are some people out here that'll say, well, I'm happy this person's dead. They won't give their condolences. Like, rest in peace is a trend now. You're only loved falsely when you die, but when you're here, people don't love you enough. And you know what? No disrespect to the fallen, but I guarantee you within a month's time from now, no matter what, nobody's going to really be talking about Prophet Joshua, rest in peace. He's going to become, an afterthought, because that's a constant thing with anybody who dies, especially that is well known as he was. That's just how it is. Now, I don't mean that disrespectfully, but that's the way the media shows us this.
That's very true. And at the end of the day, I just feel like it is also the fault of the members of these different churches. Because how do you go to church and sit down on Sunday after you saw the tweet or the message that your pastor just put out there saying that another man of God is fake? When you also read the Bible as a church member, and this same pastor might have, I don't know, these pastors or these men of God, they might have preached sometime that do not judge, thou shalt not judge. But now they are judging this man, calling him fake prophet. Why are you judging him? He's dead. Let him go face judgment. It's him and God. Was he fake? Is he not? He will go there and have this conversation with God. Because, first of all, he has members in his church. What are you trying to do? Trying to make them leave the church and no longer go to church? Would you prefer that? Whatever the case, when he was alive, you could call him one-on-one and tell him, look, this fake pastor thing you're doing or this fake prophet thing you're doing, it's not good. You should stop it. You're giving us bad name and all that. None of you said anything when he was alive. Immediately he dropped dead. Everybody's coming out with all the stories. So what do you want the Christian community to do? And I feel like sometimes the Christian community is not doing enough. What do you think?
Sometimes I think regarding guys like him, the envy runs deeper than anybody really understands. A lot of times, when you're preaching a specific message and a lot of people take to it, you have nothing but conspirators around you plotting against you. And then when you die or you get really ill and you're nearly on your deathbed, damn near, you know what? People are celebrating that. And it's true. Like the world is in a place now, especially since social media is a huge factor and has a huge impact where if you die, it's not only going to be news, but the people that know you personally and know you through social media, they celebrate this, especially if they hate you for what you live for. And now the prophet's no exception. He's a perfect example of just like the Pope. The Pope is a man who's held in such high regard, but he does engage with the perversity and ills of social media, which taints the message any preacher man is talking about. You can't what they say, you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money. You have to pick. And that's a time we live in now where money, that's what people represent. There's a Chinese proverb that's false, because not everybody's greedy, but it does hold its weight. And God, greed will imprison us all. It's one of the seven deadly sins. And the thing about it is you can be greedy in more ways than one. So regarding the prophet, he's gone, but there's going to be somebody else like him. Maybe not the same impact because everybody's different, but I guarantee you there's going to be somebody next that dies the same way or a different way, and he's going to be, he or she, because it's women too, it goes for women too. The same thing's going to apply to them. Everybody's going to be talking about them for a couple weeks. Then nobody's going to talk about them. It's a recurrent thing. And, I feel like this. I don't feel like I'm going to celebrate somebody dying, especially somebody, if the pastor was genuine with what he was preaching, I can't knock him for that. He did his job. He lived out his purpose. But you always going to have somebody that's questioning them, just like they do a guy like Wody Meyer. Oh, he's faking being a humanitarian. You know what? People feel polarizing about guys like this. I don't like him. But why don't you like him? And sometimes people can't go no further. Well, why they don't? They just don't like the way he is. And sometimes envy comes into play again. Do you dislike him because he's doing things you wish you could do? Because you have to also put that in there as an example too. And like I said, for what I've seen a lot of inspiration there. Like, do good for the community, do good to help your people, but also understand love doesn't come without hate. Just like this YouTube journey, you're not gonna go through this with everybody loving you. There's gonna be people that try to see your platform taken down because they just don't like you for no reason at all. And I think the prophet and a guy like Wody Meyer can relate to this, even though they're different. It's similar in the sense that they're beloved by many, but there are people out there that don't want to see them do good and don't want to see them succeed. Yet they're saying our people need help, but when you get it, you criticize the man for the way he's helping you.
That's very true. And I'm glad you just mentioned Wodemaya. I guess we'll just talk about Wodemaya. I think now it's 2:54 until it's 3 hours here, and then we can call it a day. So I'm glad you mentioned Wodemaya because it baffles me how much hate that guy gets. And I'm not saying he's perfect, because at the end of the day, nobody is perfect. But this is someone that is trying his best to do something good for not just his own country, but his continent in general. Something that even people that own all these luxury houses, luxury cars, bank accounts in home and abroad, and things like that are not doing for the community. They are not doing for their people. This is just a very young guy that just thought, okay, Africa to the world, I'm going to do this, help people that I can help. And this guy gets so much hate that I'm just wondering, why is this so? Why is it so that people just bash people that are doing good? It's confusing. Why do you think it's so, Proud Mix?
I hope this is a continuation discussion in Nessa's stream because I would like to see what she has to say about it. I don't really think it's nothing confusing about it, Mel. I believe that people are content with seeing others fall. You know what? This has been proven a lot of times. You'll see people actually happy to see somebody die, see somebody not prosper, see somebody not, get any assistance. What Wody Meyer is trying to do, he's doing the humanitarian thing like many before him. And just like him, they were hated on too. A lot of people are upset because, and even if you're not jealous, what other reason, unless you really know something about them that everybody else doesn't, that isn't so well. That's the only thing I feel if you're gonna, attack a guy like that, it has to be something that you know about him that's facts that nobody else does. But other than that, if you really can't present nothing why everybody should hate him, then you are coming with nothing. I don't feel like hate is even the word for a guy like that. I feel like if you strongly dislike him, give us your reasons why you do. But if it's about him giving back and you question it, that's for God to decide, not us. And that's where judging comes into play. Like, we spend too much time judging people instead of trying to understand. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way for 24 hours to try to dig up some dirt on him and see if he's done something that I don't appreciate. I can only, see him for what he's doing, and what he's doing is good. If he can help the continent of Africa, what's wrong with that? And as far as the people that envy him, God bless him, because I'm pretty sure that's what he would say. I'll just pray for you. That's all you can do.
But I want to ask you this question. Do you think it's a hate thing in the case of people like Wodemaya? Not only we're using him as an example, but yeah, we understand that we're talking about people that are doing good in general, helping their community, trying to better people's life with the little they have. Do you think that sometimes it's not just hate, but it's because of jealousy that people come out with such very hateful comments on their videos, or if he's streaming live, the kind of things people say to him, people calling him a pretender, saying he's fake, saying that he's doing this for fame and he's cloud chasing and so many things. Do you think it's jealousy or it's really hate?
I think it's a bit of both. First of all, if he is doing this for money or anything, I can't stand the word clout, to be honest. I wish that word would actually get shot or murder, whatever. I feel like I think it's a mix of both. Now, if he's doing this and he's disingenuine, but he's masking it as if he really cares, he's not only doing himself a disservice, but I wonder how angry God's gonna be with him for it. I'm somebody that is really religious. I'm trying to get closer to God, but I look at guys like this guy Woody Maya. I don't know much about him other than what I see. If he is doing this and it's not genuine, in due time it's gonna show itself because it always does. What's hidden in the dark will always find a way to shine. Now, as far as the people that feel a certain way towards him, I think the ones that hate him, and it's just hate, you hate him for the same reasons you hate anybody else, whether they're famous or not. And the ones that hate him because what he's doing, a lot of times, if they were in his place, they may not do it how he's doing it. And that's the problem with it. So I think it's a mix of both. Now, for the people that genuinely love him, that's cool. But the ones that hate him, if it's somebody that's really close to him and hates him, you notice one thing about people like that. If they used to be connected to these celebrities or whoever and they had a fallout and they're coming with nothing but negativity, then that's kind of a clear sign you envy that person because everybody recognizes them for what they're doing and they don't know you. They only know you for trying to eat off the name of somebody who's getting the recognition. That's the problem here. So the clout chasing thing, I'm kind of like, I don't like the word clout just because it needs to die. And just like hater is overused to the point where if you dislike somebody's song, like somebody that likes a particular artist, and you dislike one song of theirs, you're automatically labeled a hater. Why? You don't have to like every song somebody else likes. That's why we're all individuals, because I'd rather be an outcast than be a copycat. I was that kid in high school that was just, considered weird because I didn't really talk to nobody. And one thing you learn about the world is the people that talk too much, sometimes they give themselves away for being something that they're not, other than what they're trying to lie to everybody else that they are. So I think that's the case with Wody Maya too. If he's leading on to be a false prophet of hope, then it'll reveal itself in due time. But God will showcase this, not a man. They'll just continue to envy him and say everything that he isn't, because they hate him. So I think that's what it's about, Mel.
Thank you very much, Proud Mix. Alex and Jackie Tulach, I'm so sorry. We were trying to analyze this, so I was just waiting for us to finish analyzing. Then I see the chats. I see you. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you so much. We're just here discussing. We started talking about YouTube moderator and how small YouTubers are taking it too serious, and the way people don't even know the meaning and the duty of a moderator, and they just keep requesting for you to give them blue jacket, and if you don't, they cost you out. They give your video a thumbs down. They just do everything to mess up your stream. And we also talked about how even some people that are moderators, they don't even know their job. They are only dropping links and links and links, and they do not care about what you're doing. So you're welcome. Unique Lady P, you are welcome. Thank you very much for that thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. Okay, Proud Mix, I want to ask you one question. So while you explain, I will just go and give my little one water. I want to ask, can you stop? I'm going to forget what I want to say. She's just here holding my hand. Oh God. What I wanted to ask, I said, don't you think that people that always go and bash people like Wodemaya that are doing good for their community, don't you think they have, like, it's off it, as in, if you feel that this person or someone like Wodemaya is faking it, that's why he's doing all those things, and you keep bashing him and bashing him, don't you think you are as guilty as him if he's faking it, for those people that are always bashing people like him? What do you think?
No, I don't think they're as guilty as him. The thing about that is he has connections to the places where he can do these kind of things. If he didn't, I don't think he'd be half of where he's gone to, get a lot of things done. And I always say, for those that oppose what he's doing, or if they have a problem with how he's doing it, if you really have an issue with it, go out there, take slow steps yourself, and try to get where he's at and do it better. Because you getting at him and saying, well, he's doing this, he's not being genuine. If you really feel like that, then you have the chance to do something about it. You know what? Even if it goes at a really slow pace because you're not connected with specific people like him, try to make some changes every little which way you can. And if recognition is all you care about, like you care about people acknowledging the good you do, then that alone right there is saying that what you're doing is ingenuine. Because it's like they say, once you do a good deed, you're not even supposed to remind yourself. I don't do YouTube to help people because I want something from them. If I've asked anybody for anything, I want their loyalty. Be loyal, because loyal can't be manufactured, loyalty can't be paid for, and loyalty cannot be bought, no matter what. And the principle always matters, whether you disagree with it or not. So anybody who disagrees with what Waldemar or any other humanitarian on this earth does, do it better than them if you feel that you can do so. That's the option that you're given. And let's be honest, I'm not speaking for that young man, but I'm pretty sure if he's probably hearing and he probably sees the slander that he undergoes, but I don't think he gives a damn about it, because if he did, he might stop doing what he's doing. But he's still out there trying to help everybody else. That's why I say we're one people. No life is better than the next. So if he can help somebody where you can't, why do you have a problem with it? That's the real question. Because technically he doesn't have to help anybody. He's not obligated to do that. He has his own life and his own problems he has to, deal with and live. So you should be thanking that man and others like him for trying to help, because the government sure as hell ain't helping nobody.
You're very correct. Amarakata said sometimes it's jealousy that made people to say like bad things about other people. And yeah, I agree with you, Amara. Truly, sometimes I think it's jealousy. So it's not even much of it hate. It's just that because they are jealous that you have something that they don't have, or you're doing something that, just as Proudme said before, that they wished that they would have been the one doing it and getting all the praises and all the glory and all the well wishes that you're getting from doing that same thing that they had in mind. That's why they just want to put you down and bash you, just so they can discourage you to stop. Then they can start. That's what I think. What do you think, Proud Mix?
Hold on a second, Mel.
Okay. Yes, Amara, you're really correct. You're correct. Because it's
Oh, I'm
really true.
sorry. I was just my wife to be my wife to be was texting me, so I just needed that quick second. No, but the thing about it, I feel like the jealousy thing, and jealousy is gonna lead to labels. So any word, any slang word that they're gonna label this man, that's the problem with the world too. It's labeled. We label each other a lot of hurtful things. I don't know him personally. I would like to sit down and talk with the man for what he's doing, and at the end of the day, if that was to ever happen, I'll walk away with the same feeling I explained here. He's going to continue doing whatever he's doing to help his people. And I can't question whether it's genuine or not, because that's for him to know. You have to tell yourself, like, there are people who don't even think in their own mind, well, I don't feel like I'm, being disingenuous. I'm just going to keep playing these people and making them, like, for example, to switch gears, there was a story years ago about a young pastor, and he had so many people like impressed and they were interested in him. It was on 2020, if you know that show. The thing is, the money that they donated to his church, he took all that money and didn't implement it into donating and helping others. He took it to finance nice whips, nice cars, nice living, nice cribs, nice trips. And when they approached him about it, he walked away like a coward. He didn't answer it, yet he was taking money for those that believed in him. You don't see Wody Meyer doing that. So the people that are questioning him a lot of times is that's what they hope that he ends up doing. That's how the jealousy plays into it. You know what they want to see, just that one thing that you make a mistake of, that's what people want you to do so they can hold it against you for the rest of your life. Because if you notice, the good things that you do, you're more remembered for any negative you've done in your life. And even if you learned and you've done nothing but good, people always gonna shit on you, pardon the language, for the mistakes you made rather than credit you for the good you've done. So why wouldn't you want to shake this man's hand and thank him and say, you know what, I'm grateful for what you're trying to do? Because he doesn't have to be out there doing what he's doing. And that's what a lot of people cannot acknowledge. They have a problem with it. You hate this man. Why? You don't know nothing about him personally. You only see him for what he's doing, but you don't know nothing about him.
You are very correct. Thank you so much, Proud Mix, for being here with us and just answering our questions, giving us points. Thank you so much. We learn every day, and it's really good that we can always use our platform for positive things other than negative. It's also good that we can consider other people and try to share the knowledge that we have with other people. I appreciate you. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. And I say thank you to everyone in the chat, everyone that ever came here. Even if you passed by without saying hello, I say thank you. God bless each and every one of you. I always say that prayer that you go into your closet, that you pray that is only you and God. I pray that may it come to pass for each and every one of you. Every good thing that you wish yourself, may it be so unto you. As you have faith and you have prayed, you have asked God for that thing, so shall it be unto you. Amen. So that brings us to the end of today's session where we have another interesting topic. I will come on here and we will all come in and discuss this. Promise, what do you have to say before we end the stream?
Well, just to close this out, I'm grateful, to be up here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for welcoming me with open arms because, not every host does it where they allow you to speak your piece. And so I'm grateful for you allowing me to do that just as I am with Nessa and anybody else that I've aligned myself with. So, have a blessed day, everybody in the chat. Stay safe, wear your mask. Don't be deceived by the serpent. And just remember this most valuable lesson that I've learned from my parents. You know what? For who you come into contact with, not every handshake matches the way one speaks. Remember that. So take care of yourselves out here. God bless.
That's a nice
Bye.
one. That's a nice one. Okay, Amarakata, say amen. Yes, amen and amen. I'm really grateful. Some of you, your names might not be showing right now. So that's why I'm not saying names because I do not like to miss anyone that actually stopped by my live stream. So when I don't see all the chats, I always apologize and I say I don't want to say names because I don't want to skip someone that maybe I don't remember, but the person was really here. I prefer to say my prayer because God sees us all and He knows everyone that stopped by, everyone contributed. I am grateful. I know that the prayer will work better than any amount of thank you that I will ever say. I'm really grateful. If you can see my heart, you can see how joyous and happy I am right now. So thank you very much. I see Amara is still here. Proud Mix is down also. Alex and Jackie Tulech is also here. I say thank you all. Okay, God bless you. Till next time. And please, if there's any interesting topic that you want to discuss, you want us to come on your channel and just discuss, let us know. Okay, let's share the knowledge that we have. It will help someone out there. It's not all about creating the content and doing what because we are all in different niche. So yes, we're creating our content, but let us find time to also discuss about things that can help someone out there, because at the end of the day, people are making mistakes probably because they don't know what to do on YT. Host, I will be premiering by 6 p.m. Okay, what is your time right now? Because 6 p.m. for me is very soon. Okay. All right. So we will be at your premiere. Amarakata is premiering around 6. Okay. So check your time and check her. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you all. Have a lovely day. Bye.